Something about you.
Hopefully everyone's doing good this lovely Wednesday morning. My name is Banele Mngqi. Welcome to the Vooka Breakfast Show, where we give you nothing but positive vibes just to kickstart your week into positivity. And today's going to be a jam-packed episode, quite a lot to unpack. And if you want to get in touch with us, you can hit us up on WhatsApp. The number is 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. And we're also out there on the socials as well. So if you're looking at getting in touch, the hashtag to use is Vooka Breakfast Show. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. But this week, in fact, we started last week Friday, we are now doing SIMULCAST, meaning that if you want to get in touch or you want to listen to the audio only stream, you're absolutely welcome to do that, because we're out there in the airwaves of Durban, right? We're talking about underground radio, DBN. So head out to the Play Store or the iOS Store and download the application. Make sure you download the application and take us on the road for that positive listening experience. Happy to be here this morning, and there's quite a lot to unpack. So yesterday, as the team, we sat down, did some jingles. So I was mixing them a bit yesterday, and they sounded really good. So it's something that I'll play towards the end of the show. But we are giving you that mash between TV and radio. So super excited about that. So yeah, as mentioned, quite a lot to unpack. And I want to ask you a question, Vooka Nation, because every Wednesday, we want to make sure that we get you over that midweek slump, right? So it's towards the end of the year, and most of us are fatigued. And this is a topic that we've been talking about for quite some time. And because a lot happens throughout the year, we experience burnout, we're going to experience fatigue. Some of us feel like we want to throw in the towel. But I want to encourage you to stay the course, stay the path, because at the end of the day, remember, when you were setting up those New Year resolutions, you had a goal in mind, and let's not give up on that goal. But so today we're going to be having Osvaldo that's coming through in studio, and he's a practitioner of the Demartini method. So it's something that he has spoken about, how the process works, but today is going to be unpacking it a little bit more so that we get more insight as to what is the Demartini method. And this somehow ties into a conversation we had, I think it was on Tuesday or Monday, about radical acceptance. Yeah, that was yesterday, where if one tends to accept a situation for what it is, then they've got a better response or a better way of responding to that particular situation. So if we don't swim in the Nile River and we accept the situation for what it is, then we've got a better chance of finding a solution towards our problems. And it's also about how we view certain situations, right? So based on how we view certain situations, these things could then help us to better grasp whatever it is that we are going through. So he's going to be here at 9:30. So make sure that you grab your pen, pencil, and also notify people. Let them know, look, if you want substance, if you want information that's going to help you build yourself, then 100% do tune in. It's going to be outright epic. So I'm not alone in studio. I'm with Afriberry, and you're not your best self today, right? Yeah, you're not your best self. But anyway, we still give you positive vibes, a good mood, and yeah, that's that, guys. That's that. So how you feeling, man? Let me know in the comments. How are you feeling this Wednesday morning? How you feeling, Vooka Nation? How you feeling? Yeah, man. Giving you the lovely sound of Monopoly Money by Bagel. Okay, how you feeling? Oh man, it's one of my favorite jams right here. Later on, we're going to be giving you your news, sports, traffic headlines, and we're going to dive into nothing but positivity, because this is what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Hopefully you woke up quite well this morning. You had your breakfast. I like mine with eggs. Usually when making breakfast, I usually tell people, look, in terms of eggs, people prefer to make eggs differently. So I like scrambled, but also when it comes to scrambled eggs, they are prepared differently. So I'm one of those people that prefers to create or make their own breakfast, because we make breakfast differently. So how do you like your eggs? How do you make your breakfast? Let me know in the comments right here on YouTube. And if you're listening online, come through to our WhatsApp number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. I love these lo-fi beats. Cool stuff right here. Banele Mngci right here in your stereo. But this is where audio meets visuals, and as MooCee would like to coin it, where TV meets radio. And this is what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. So today we're going to be doing having a discussion around micro depression. Most of us suffer from this because it's underseated. We don't really see it. So we're going to be unpacking that a bit later on. So yeah, let me know how you're feeling. How did you wake up? And because now the skies are clear, I think most of us can rejoice, right? For me personally, I enjoy every type of weather out there. So with 10 past, I'm going to give you your news, sports, and traffic. The first light of dawn, just like fate without no warning. It hit me so hard. Oh, I'm so sorry, girl, I didn't mean to. Oh man, good vibes right here. Good vibes. Yeah, I'm sorry if I crossed the line. What am I supposed to do right now? Baby, I'm falling for you. What I would do for you to love me too. Yeah, man. Let me bring in Afriberry. Good morning, Afriberry. How you doing this morning? How's the weather for you this morning?
For me, me, the weather is just okay. It's doing fine. I think for me, my problem for now is that I have a cold. So it's like a bit of a damper on my side. But other than that, the weather's okay. It's fine for me. I don't think it's officially cleared up because of how it's been raining. So for me, it's like I just take a chill pill, relax, wait for it to like become sunny for at least 2 to 3 days. Then I can officially say, you know what, the weather has like changed, and now it's all about that summer heat.
Yeah, I mean, when I woke up this morning, I looked at the skies, and all that I saw was clear blue skies, right? So it might rain, sure, but I mean, it's summer. We expect the following to happen, but it's different compared to these cloudy skies that we had the past couple of days. So yeah, I know most people would enjoy this weather. But anyway, speaking of the cold, right? You are experiencing a cold. But we're going to talk about that as soon as we come back. The time right now is 10 minutes after 7. And when we come back, we're going to give you your news and sports headlines. Stay tuned. Right, Vooka Nation, as promised, the time right now is 10 minutes after 7. And let's go ahead and give you your news headlines. First on the headline, Nat joins outlines G20 security plan. South African authorities have confirmed full security readiness for the G20 Leaders Summit in Johannesburg. Nat joins will enforce a hard lockdown around Nasrec and F&B Stadium from the 21st to the 24th of November, with strict accreditation checks and convoy-related house closures on major routes. A 5-pillar strategy: intelligence, visibility, combat, reactive response, and public awareness is in place. Law enforcement urges public cooperation and warns against unlawful protests. The summit marks the first G20 hosted in South African soil, and officials calling for unity and hospitality in the spirit of Ubuntu. Very interesting, because I know that on the 21st, there is a shutdown that's taking place, but it is also a march, right? And for the fact that they're mentioning this, it's going to be interesting. But I do know that the purpose of the Women for Change march is to bring about radical transformation, in a sense where the president is not talking about GBV being a national crisis, right? So, but we do hope that with everything being said, that the march will be peaceful and that the G20 discussions will take place peacefully as well. So moving on to your second news headlines, he's not going anywhere. ANC Fikile Mbalula fires back at rumors over Ramaphosa's resignation. ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula discussed rumors of President Cyril Ramaphosa's resignation, stating he's not stepping down and the NEC never discussed it. Mbalula blamed media and internal detractors for spreading false claims, reaffirming Ramaphosa's mandate until 2027. He emphasized the upcoming National General Council will focus on rebuilding the party, not leadership changes. The ANC also denied speculation that Ramaphosa would resign after the G20 summit. Mbalula stressed that any leadership change requires 2/3 majority and reiterated Ramaphosa's value to the party. Yep, this is something we spoke about previously, where there was rumors, and Ramaphosa himself mentioned that for anyone that's talking in the shadows, let them not be a coward, but come forward and give him a date at which he should resign. And if the date is presented, he will happily resign. That's what he said. Okay. And then moving on to your last news headline, Madlanga Commission, Mokgotsi says he posed as infiltrator to spy on KZN police boss, LT General Mkhwanazi. Brown Mokgotsi testified at the Madlanga Commission that he posed as an SAPS infiltrator to gain the trust of KZN Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi while actually working as a crime intelligence agent investigating him and cartel figure Vusumuzi Kat Matlala. Mokgotsi denied corruption claims, saying his deception was intentional and sanctioned by his handlers. He also alleged without evidence that Mkhwanazi and Zulu King Musuzulu were recruited by the CIA. Mokgotsi, a long-time intelligence contact agent, is said to continue his testimony. Very interesting. And if you didn't know, on YouTube as well as Parliament TV, they are streaming the entire commission. So if you do have the time to sit and watch, you can go on there and watch it there. But if you want us to take the information, summarize it for you, break it down and give it to you, then this is what the Vooka Breakfast Show is all about. So that's it for your news this morning, and we'll come back and give you a recap a little bit later on. So now we're going to move on to your sports headlines. And Afroberry, are you ready for me? Let's go.
It is a film. Yes, my mic is on now. So for your first new sports headlines, fears Arsenal's Gabriel could be out until January. So Arsenal defender Gabriel suffered an injury during Brazil's friendly against Senegal and is expected to miss at least 4 weeks, possibly until January. His absence is a setback ahead of the North London derby against Tottenham. Gabriel has been key in Arsenal's strong defense alongside Willem. Pero and Christian may also replace him. Arsenal, despite leading the Premier League, are dealing with multiple injuries, including Martini, Noni, and Gabriel, Kai, and they also have Victor, whose availability for the derby remains uncertain. Now, heading over to your second sports headlines, Box will be wary of Ireland team that has bailed into form. Ireland's strong win over Australia has reignited concerns for the Springboks ahead of their clash in Dublin. Despite early struggles, Ireland have grown more cohesive, while South Africa, who beat France and New Zealand, remain formidable. The Boks remember their painful loss to Ireland in Durban last year and expect a physical battle. Australia's decline in Ireland's resurgence suggests Saturday's match will be a true test. Other key Autumn Nation Series fixtures include Wales versus New Zealand, France versus Australia, and England versus Argentina, with the latter expected to be more competitive than anticipated. Now, heading over to your third sports headline, Orlando Pirates renew push for Andre De Jong to boost depth. Orlando Pirates are revisiting their interest in New Zealand forward De Jong ahead of January transfer window. A previous deal with Stellenbosch fell through due to timing, but talks are expected to resume soon. Pirates aim to strengthen their attack. Sorry about that. I don't know. My phone just keeps on going back in and out. Yes, but due to timing, but talks are expected to resume soon. Pirates aim to strengthen their attack alongside Evidence Mokopa and Tokofatso Mabaso. De Jong, recently called up for New Zealand's friendlies, is keen to secure a World Cup spot, and a move could boost his chances. Stellenbosch may hesitate again if they can't find a quick replacement. Now, that's all for your sports headlines. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you do have any more news or sports headlines that you actually like to share with us, you can feel free to send us a text on 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226.
Yeah, man. Yep. So guys, let us give you your financials this morning. So the rand is standing at 17 rands 19 cents. The dollar dips slightly, and US imports may cost you less in rand terms. Moving over to the Great British pound, it'll cost you 22 rand 58 cents. So the pound softens. The UK goods and travels could be eased up in price. Then moving over to our neighboring country, Botswana, it'll cost you 1 rand and 19 cents for 1 pula. And the pula retreats. Cross-border shopping deals remain favorable for SA consumers. And then the Japanese yen will cost you 11 cents, where the yen stays weak. So Japanese imports remain affordable at this current time. Moving on to the euro, it'll cost you 19 rands 91 cents. The euro dips up. Your European holiday budget may rise slightly. And then the Aussie, the Australian dollar, will cost you 11 rands 14 cents. And the dollar dips, so imported wines and goods may be a little bit cheaper. And then lastly, with the Chinese yuan, it'll cost you 2 rand 42 cents. The yuan eases, and electronics from China may see slight price relief. That's it for your financials. Stay tuned for more news, sports, and finances that we'll give you a little bit later on. So, Vooka Nation, this morning I had a question to ask, right? And this is something that I've experienced personally. So, let's just imagine that you are driving and you're picking up a friend. And I'm not sure if you do have this friend, right, where you allow the person into the car, and the first thing that they do is to change the music that you're playing. And you notice that this is a reoccurrence. It happens on a regular basis. So here's a quick question, and think of it of a confession. So who is listening, and is the person that whenever they enter a car, they would grab the aux cable and they would basically insist that their playlist is the only one that is worth listening to? So I want us to be honest, guys. I mean, if you are that person, let me know. But then, are you the DJ? Are you the hostage, right, to someone else's soundtracks? So that's what we are discussing this morning. That do you hijack other people's playlists? And do you know someone that feels that their music or their playlist is the one that's worth listening to, right? So that's the discussion. So Afroberry, I know personally that if I enter an Uber, if the driver's playing music, the one thing I'll do is, hey, if it's too loud, I'll ask them to lower it, right? But it depends. I mean, you've probably seen the differences between a Bolt and an Uber, and people have said it that with a Bolt, you don't really have the flexibility of choosing or asking the driver that, can I change the playlist or the music? But I know with Uber, it's slightly different because it's just in a different class of its own. Anyway, so if it's a Bolt, I just keep quiet because I know what I'm paying for. I'm just paying for the ride. Now, what happens around it, it's okay. But I do have a friend, maybe you know this person, but the first thing that they do is to ask the driver, look, let me change the music. Now, I know it's within their jurisdiction to do that, and it's all good. But these are public, services or things that you pay for. But now, even worse, where someone comes in your car or even your home and they change the playlist. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I think maybe it's because at home it's very rare that somebody actually changes the playlist. If somebody decides to play gospel, then trust me, we're all listening to gospel at that moment. And then if somebody, like for example me, I decide to play like your Kaifasumenya, Letembu, like a bit of jazz, then that's what we're going to listen to. And in terms of Bolt, I've had like drivers that actually allow me to change music, but I just never do.
But the question is, do you ask them, look, can I change the playlist?
No, I do, but not directly. I'm like, hey, this song is very interesting. Hey, you know what? I wish we had like an upbeat song, yeah. And I was like, oh, so what? You got something that's like nice and bobbing? Or do you want me to change the radio station that we're currently listening to? If you want to play music, no, it's fine. I have an aux. And I'm like, no, man. But otherwise, most of the time, one thing I've noticed that those days I barely ever change the music. If you're playing jazz, I'll sit and listen to that jazz Mangene emotweni yakho udlala isiqathamiya ngiyosimamela isiqathamiya.
Yeah.
If you're playing any other music, I'll just sit and listen. But I do have I do have times when I ask. I'm like, "Hi, how are you? I don't know if it's possible. Can I play something from my phone?" Okay. And
so, yeah, usually I don't ask at all. Sometimes when you enter an Uber, you would see that there is an aux cable that is available. I mean, some even go to the extent of having a USB or Type-C cable where you can connect your phone to the stereo, whether it's Android Auto, or CarPlay from Apple. But you connect your phone and then you can play whatever music you want, right? So I think that's fine because they're saying, look, the option is there. But, for me, I just don't have that thing of saying, hey, let me play my music. Because psychologically I feel like I am trying to infiltrate or go above what you already have. So in a sense of being considerate, I would rather just listen to the music that is being played as opposed to saying, look, get rid of what you're playing. I want to play what I want to play. Now, it depends. Obviously, if you are talking about a friend that's got a car and most of the time, maybe you guys listen to their music. Maybe it's just a different day that day and you decide, look, I want to play something different, give me the ability to play. Or you're traveling long distance, right? If you're traveling long distance and you see that they've played their full album playlist and now it's your turn, it makes sense. But if you're talking short trips, I just think, for me, I've got this thing of just don't touch my stereo.
Just let it be.
Yeah, don't touch my stereo.
Basically, just let it be. I think it also for some people, I think it also depends on the manner of approach. That's why sometimes you find that some bold drivers would not even let you play your own music because some people literally just don't ask. There literally are people like that. Find you play music, disconnect, put in there, oh, no, man, like this one is Bob and like you, and like, no. I think it also has to do with that mannerism.
Yeah.
The fact that people do not have manners or do not even think about asking first. They just literally just change everything. That's why sometimes you even find that some people are like literally put down the rules with, this is my car. I play what I want to play because they've went through an incident or a person instead of asking, and I could have compromised at that moment, being the driver or being the owner of the vehicle for you to play your own music. But instead of asking, you literally just changed it without even saying a single thing. So I think that's where it differs with some people.
Yeah, that's rude. I mean, if you just touch my stereo, that's rude, right? But also asking is polite. Do you think there's a limit though?
Yeah, I think there is a limit, man. I really do think there's a limit. Whether it be it at home or at house, you must also think about other people. Not everybody is going to appreciate your kind of taste in music.
Yeah.
That's why we sometimes have to change.
And one thing I am excited about is that I could possibly have a show that is all things old school R&B and hip hop, right? And this is me playing music that I enjoy, and I'll probably find an audience out there that loves, similar music. I mean, at home they know, Banela loves old school music. I'm an old soul, and I'm struggling with the latest music. Growing up, I used to say, hey guys, I love hip hop, but I think from 2010, the hip hop that came out is different. It didn't go down because I did take a step back and say, or analyze that, look, whatever I am interested in, it doesn't mean that it should be standard across the board. So I'm sure my dad growing up felt that I'm weird for listening to hip hop, thinking that this music that you're listening to, it's fast paced. I don't even understand what they're saying, but I resonated with it. I understood the meaning. I would listen to Tupac, Machiavelli, and the message was very, very insightful. But one would say, yeah, but Tupac is talking about, hey, what, the guns, I'll kill you, this and that. And I'd be like, yeah, sure, guys.
But you're not reading in between the lines and actually hearing the message clearer.
But not even that. The majority of his songs were about consciousness, bringing up the black nation and making one understand who they are. But they obviously couldn't understand that. Okay, so this is the outlook that I have today, that whenever the young ones are listening to music, or the style or the taste or preference in music, I tend to believe, look, they probably see something the way I saw it back then. So I try not to judge, right? I've got my own taste. So speaking of the radio show, I'll be playing all things hip-hop, R&B. We're talking 70s, 80s, 90s, and in the 2000s, right? So I've got about 4 decades of music that I love. I just didn't make the transition to 2010 beyond. There are some tracks that I do enjoy, like Dax nowadays. He's still making music that's relevant for me. But going back, I just don't see why I should listen to music that's created after 2010. But that's me, and I understand. I'm not forcing anyone. So the same is true with others, that for them, they enjoy this music. It makes sense to them. What do you call the genre that Sheba does?
La compa.
For example,
you're not the only one on that one. I think for me, one thing I noticed that South Africa is a genre-defying country on its own.
Yeah.
Because we have managed to create Gqom. Gqom is still a thing in Durban. Like, if you're here from here in Joburg and you've never listened to any Gqom tracks, and you decide to go to Etebe and Etegwini and just like literally go for a holiday and have fun, and you're like, you know what, let me hit up this certain place, you will be lost, because Gqom is like the thing there. As much as, yeah, they still do play amapiano here and there, but Gqom is their thing. So, and then you also have Lunkompo, and then after Lunkompo, you also have what? You have amapiano, and then you go to Pretoria. Pretoria, in some places of Pretoria, they have their own version of amapiano, and it's also a bit fast-paced, almost similar to what Lunkompo sounds like. So there's like different genres that South Africans have been creating. Like you also have your Moonchild Sanel with your boom bap. And when you take a look and when you listen to tracks and listen to boom bap, you're like, but these are like songs that people in Korea would listening to the beat on its own. And then you take a look at the way she dresses. It's almost like the anime characters, minus the hair, but like basically the culture that she dresses in is basically your Japanese, your South Korea style. And then you listen to the genre, and then you're like, okay, so what's happening here? But all I need to say is that music is very diverse. Living in the diverse country that we live in, I think I've discovered that it's super diverse. But also talking about hip hop itself, for me, I feel like somehow hip hop just became, it stopped telling the truth in a way.
I wouldn't know that.
No, what I'm saying is the fact that these days most people who do hip hop all about like catch me in my whip, look at them chains, I'm all iced and all of that. But you like hip hop used to be a voice for revolution in its own way. When you look at how it started, for example, back in like Tupac, it was basically them fighting the police, saying mamela cho see, this is what I do. But like for me, I feel like it became flashy.
No, but well, hip-hop started way before Tupac, but remember, they were talking about the struggles that they were facing at that particular time, right? So if the youth of today, or anyone that's doing hip-hop, if they are facing a different life where they don't have to fight struggles, they will talk about whatever they want to talk about, which is check my whip out or whatever it is. But Tupac did the same thing, because he talked about flashy lights and balling and look at my chains. He did. So he spoke about whatever he was experiencing, right? And nowadays, everyone talks about whatever they're experiencing. There was a thing in hip-hop where people were lying, where it was cool to be a gangster rapper, right? And they spoke about whatever they went through, because Snoop Dogg's like, I'm a gangster, but he's never shot anyone, right? So music evolves, genres are different, people prefer different music, and I think when in a public setting or group setting, when someone has a playlist going, try and listen and enjoy that playlist, right? So, but that's me, Vooka Nation. This is what I feel one should do, more especially if they are in a public setting or you are in a car. Try and accommodate. That's what I would say. Try and accommodate. But if it's not your car, don't change the stereo. Do not touch it. First thing you do is ask. Right? Ask. Because that person bought the car. It's their money. It's their car. So they should listen. They should. The one thing I don't appreciate though is if I'm in a taxi and you know, taxi drivers play music loud and you're forced to listen to it. You are forced.
Yeah, on that one, I think one thing taxi drivers did is basically initiate the fact that you will listen to my music. If it's in the afternoon and I feel like listening to gospel, you will listen to gospel in the taxi. The only problem for me is how loud it is. Because sometimes they even miss stops. You'll be there shouting, short left! short left! Agawuzwa! And then now you need to like poke people. I'm like, hey, please tell this person I said short left. Like that's how it is for me. I feel like as much as it's your and as Baba Kadimil. Anyway, it's your taxi.
No, but it's his for the day. It's his. Maranga gum force. You can't say him for no. It's his for the day.
Yeah, that's true. I think even for me, because I have some friends who like taxi drivers, for me, they accommodate me, but I just don't change their music. Because they literally ask me, nickname that they gave me, Nkabi amfuna ukumamela ini ngithi phela Nkabi nami angazi phela hayi siphethe namhlanje angizikuthe iclacklist lakho lapha ngizothi udlalani lapha shintsha lapha athi mfake lami phela lapha elakha likhomnandi athi sibhilise labantu ababhilisa silalo romance namhlanje ne. And then we literally just do that.
So you go ranking now.
No, I don't go ranking, but it's when I'm in a taxi.
Oh, okay.
But yes, I think I had one of those moments where I was super bored. And I came back early from an interview and I was feeling a bit damp. Then I met my friends. It's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, hey, bro, like, Puma the interview lapa. Angazi ukuthi hamba njani namankosho. But it's okay, ngawani kaba masamba ke ungikhape lapha lese 4 ways sambisela abantu bacede isibungu ngithi uyongithengela ukudla yini okay masambe ke. Literally one of those moments.
So yabona manje you played music that fits your mood and mhlawumbe wonke umuntu by the time aphuma they felt the same way you were feeling. Right, but anyway, guys, I know music has that power because I'm happy today or I'm a bit sad and I'm playing a certain type of music, and when we are feeling however you're feeling, you want to change the music according to your mood. Next thing, it affects me. So I'm not sad. Usually I'm a happy individual. I love gospel rap, né? And someone comes through, wants to play, hey, I got dumped, I got this and that. I don't do that. Don't touch my stereo. In fact, there's a song that says, don't touch my stereo. Like, just don't touch my stereo. Right? Cool. Yeah. So Vooka Nation, let me know, do you know someone that is like that, where as soon as in Tlangana, the only thing they want to do is just discard your playlist and play their playlist? That's not appropriate. So let me know, Vooka Nation, do you know someone like that? Or are you that individual? And if you are, why? Why do you do that? Why? Oh, man. No.
Why let us all? Let's say it's a jwalo. I think for me, the only time I actually drove my parents crazy was when I was listening to metal in primary. I used to be a metalhead.
Yeah.
Like hardcore rock and roll, screaming. That was literally me. My grandmother thought I was possessed.
but isn't that? Are you not possessed, Vin?
Why? Because I was listening to rock and roll.
No, there's a difference.
No, I'm not possessed. But
I'm saying there's a difference between rock and roll and metal.
For me, I was listening to like heavy metal, actually. Yeah,
heavy metal. So rock and roll, I love rock and roll. But Arthur Conley, it's rock and roll.
I was in my emo music. Stage.
But I'm asking about metal, heavy metal. I sincerely believe there's something going on there. Can't put it in words, but there's something going on there. Anyway, Vooka Nation, that's the question for this morning. That are you the DJ, or are you the hostage to someone else's soundtracks? Let us know in the comments below. So yeah, we're gonna take a short break, and then when we come back, guys, we're gonna be discussing what's the first thing you do when you get a new phone. So we're gonna take you through the psychology behind that, where it basically reveals something about you when you get your phone and you do something, and we're going to give you some stats as well. So stay tuned, don't change that dial. Remember, if you want to reach out to us, the number is 060-493-3226. The hashtag is Vooka Breakfast Show on all social media platforms, and we're also live on Underground Radio. So if you want to download the app, go to the Play Store, the App Store, search for Underground Radio, download the app. Monday to Friday, Vooka Breakfast Show, giving you positive vibes. So stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. Bigger things are coming 2026. Super excited. And we're changing the game. Growing up, I used to have a dream of being on TV, being on radio. And now, when I look back, this is happening both at the same time. So this is where TV meets radio. So stay tuned. Don't move. Don't datazel. Yeah, man. It's the Vooka Breakfast Show, giving you nothing but positive vibes. Your energetic start to the day, right here, streaming from Soweto, Dobsonville, which is the heart of Soweto. I know a lot of people can debate or disagree, but Dobsonville is the heart of Soweto. Not even Middlelands, Afriberry. Not even Middlelands.
You guys don't even have a song created for you. Like, Middlelands is so popular. We have our own song. We have the original track. I just can't remember who sang the original track. And then you have Mire Makeba's rendition of Middlelands. And then you also have the Kwaito rendition of Middlelands, but they're calling it like with the Kasi way, which is in Dovaya. So Nina Topsi Nina Tumenjeno Woods in Tolu case number one.
No, not even that. We're talking street lights, we're talking paved roads, we're talking. Do you guys have a stadium?
It's a mini.
Now, do you guys have a proper stadium where Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, even international teams can come through and play?
No, we have a stadium that supports children.
Do you guys? No, okay, so you don't, right? Do you guys have a college?
No,
you don't, right? So pay homage. Pay homage. Recognize, guys. Dobsonville, the heart of Soweto. This is where we are streaming live from. It is the Vooka Breakfast Show. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscription button. And also, we do have a subscription where you can support the channel. So on YouTube, you can choose between 3 tiers. We've got the Vooka Nation Silver, which will only cost you R5.99. And this R6 helps us to buy coffee, keeps the lights on, makes sure that each and every single morning, weekdays, we are here giving you nothing but positive vibes. And then there is gold, which is only R10. And if you're feeling more ambitious, then you can subscribe to the Vooka Nation Platinum, of which, that's R29. And then also, for those that are watching on the stream, we're going to be pushing merch soon, guys. So just going to pull this out here quickly. Hopefully you guys can see it. But for those listening, I've got a T-shirt right here that says Vooka Breakfast Show.
Hashtag Vooka Nation.
Right, so this is merch that we're going to be putting out on the website. So if you want to grab a T-shirt, grab a cap, definitely this December, we're going to make that available. So support the channel, show some love. And we're out here, man. We're out here representing Idopsi, representing Soweto, and representing Durban now, right? Because we're on the Durban airwaves. So guys, earlier we were asking about, are you the DJ or the hostage to someone else's sound tracks? So let us know in the comment. But there's one thing I want us to unpack quickly, Afri, because when it comes to new gadgets, new devices, there is some form of a psychology behind it. So I need you to just imagine the following. So you've just unboxed your brand new phone, and recently you did that. So I'm just walking you down memory lane. So it is slick, it is beautiful, it is fast, and it smells like fresh tech. There's that smell. And also when you unwrap it, there's that sound, that satisfying sound. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's very satisfying. So before you even finish peeling off that plastic, your fingers are already itching. But here's the question. What's the very first thing you do or change when you get your new phone? Okay? What's the first thing you do or change when you get your new phone? So question is, and I think this is for most people, do you rush and download WhatsApp? Right? So you've gone through the whole setup process. You've inserted your Apple ID, you've inserted your Google account. Is WhatsApp the first thing that you do? Do you download Instagram, or do you set a new wallpaper? Because for me, I tend to leave the wallpaper up until something happens, where if it's something iconic, where let's say we're out and about with my little one and we snap a photo, then I could make it a profile picture. But for the most part, I just leave it like that. Even my computer, it's the default Windows wallpaper, right? So I know some people even say that the first thing they do is to check if their ex is still blocked, because you've just changed your phone. Right? You've just changed your phone, and you want to check if the settings have carried over. Right? I don't know if you do that.
For me, I actually set up my wallpaper first.
Okay.
I want to see my face first. So that's what I do. I set up my wallpaper and my lock screen. Then I go towards downloading my apps.
Yeah.
And then after that, I start setting up but most of the time I like starting with Facebook, because that's the app that gives me a whole lot of problems, because I keep on forgetting the password all the time. I always need to change my Facebook password because I can literally forget it. And then after that, my second hassle, it's IG. And then after that, then I go with TikTok.
Wait. So you start with Facebook, IG, TikTok, and then WhatsApp is last.
Yeah, because that one is easy. How registering my WhatsApp account doesn't take that much. For me, these three, it's the password issue, because I tend to forget the password. So hence, I want to start with those ones, because if I don't, it's gonna be it's literally gonna stay at the back of my head, and it's gonna irritate me. So I need to get that one first. The things that are gonna irritate me the most, I need to get that ones out of hand and make sure that they're done. And then after that, I follow with WhatsApp, and then I download any other app that I feel that I need or maybe of use for me. And then I take it down, and then after that, I'm done.
So do you know your passwords now?
No, I forgot them again.
Again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I even sometimes forget my bank password. I literally freeze when I need to go withdraw money at the ATM because I forget my password. My grandmother doesn't even...
So now what happens when you go out to withdraw money? Do you take a piece of paper with you?
I just send my...
PIN, or do you think, because you know that
I think at the ATM.
But what if you insert your PIN wrong 3 times? What happens?
I never inserted wrong 3 times. It's going to be wrong the first time. The second time I'm going to get it correct. So for me, I think maybe that's how I survive right now. Like, even my grandmother doesn't send me shopping with a card anymore, because I keep on forgetting a PIN.
Yeah, I mean, talking about stats, about what's the first thing you do when you unbox a new phone. So now in SA, guys, where mobile phones are more than just gadgets, because we live and die by these things. They are a form of lifelines for work, right? Socializing, banking, and maybe even dating as well, right? Because the other day I downloaded a AI girlfriend. Yeah, I'll tell you about it a bit later on. But yeah, because I want to test these things out. There is a concern that in terms of socializing, a lot of people will start withdrawing themselves and making use of these AI tools quite a lot. So for some of us, it's banking, some of us even dating. So the question taps into our digital habits and priorities. So whether you are in Ndofire, Santon, Dobsonville, your phone is with you all the time, right? You carry it with you where you go. So according to a 2024 GSMA mobile economy report, over 90% of South Africans use their phones as their primary internet device. And more than 60% customize their phones within the first hour of purchase.
Okay, for me,
first hour of purchase.
Not even the first hour for me. I take some time, even with the one that I used to use. Like, it took me a while for me to even like literally personalize it.
Yep.
I went home, it was blank. I was still enjoying the new phone. I was still enjoying the smell, the feel of it. So I think I only literally just customized it like after 2 hours or 3 hours. After that, when I got home, I put it aside, started getting busy doing something. Even here in studio, it took me a while for me to actually customize it. Like, I think I only customized this phone 2 days after. That's how long it took me. It took me 2 days to even customize this one. This one, I'm even worse.
Speaking of customization, a lot of people just change their wallpaper and that's it. So for you, when you customized, what did you do?
Yeah, like normal people, I changed my wallpaper.
Is there any other customization?
I think no, actually. I think for me,
a lot of people don't think about this, but in terms of customization, there's quite a lot that you can do. Number one, if you do have, let's say, sensitive eyes, you can change the theme color to a dark theme as opposed to the default light theme. That's one of the things you can do.
That's actually something that I did. For me, before, in all honesty, actually, to be honest, before even putting the wallpaper, I changed that because of my eyes.
Okay.
My eyes are very sensitive. I'm short-sighted. I can't stand too much light on my eyes. So my phone is always on dark mode. Even with brightness, the brightness is super low. Because once it starts becoming too bright, I'll be like squinting my eyes. Then I have tears rolling down my eyes. So I do actually customize the theme, and turn it into dark mode. And then after that, the brightness, I take it down a notch so it doesn't affect my eyes. I see much more better in the dark.
Yeah, I mean, because I used to do quite a lot of training on the subject, there is things that people are not aware of on their phone, which is under the accessibility options that could help you to become to use your phone much more better, so it becomes more accessible in spirit of inclusion, of course. Another thing also is the contrast colors, because for people that are maybe short-sighted or they've got impaired vision, they can activate a feature that allows them to change the contrast, where the screen is completely black and then the text becomes a bright turquoise or a bright yellow. So that's how they are able to make out the text. But on average, if it's just a white background and the text is either gray or black, it makes it difficult for them to see. So they have to activate a high contrast. The other one is fonts, right? Because I prefer large icons on my phone. Not because I cannot see, but from muscle memory. Whenever I want to open a certain app, I know where to go. My thumb just knows where to go. So I know someone that has very tiny icons. Crazy, but to each their own. So they bought the phone or they were gifted whatever, so it's their phone. So just like respecting someone else's stereo, You have to
respect their phone.
Yeah. So in terms of some stats and things that could shock you guys, so a local survey by Tech Central found that the top 3 South African to do with their phones first is number 1, install WhatsApp. That's the first thing most people do. And I'm talking even for like someone that's not that tech savvy. They buy a phone, they come to you and say, hey, ngicela ungifakele WhatsApp. That's the first thing. Before they can even customize it, Play Store or the App Store, and then WhatsApp is right on the top of the list. And then the second one is banking applications, right? So they download a whole lot of banking applications. And then lastly, which I know some of us don't do, when was the last time you changed your ringtone?
I don't know. I was actually thinking about it yesterday because I was like, you know what? I need to change my ringtone because I got new songs. And I'm like, you know what? I think I might just make my ringtone to like Era Jones at Last, you know, something like that. But in all honesty, for me, it literally does.
When was the last time?
When I got the... No, it's still the same ringtone for my
It's still the same. So my point exactly that most of us don't change our ringtones. It is the standard default ringtone that most of us experience when we unbox the phone. So you'll find that people that have the same phone, only when you are pushed. Let's say you are in a work setting here and we have the same phone, which comes with the default standard ringtone. And then when the phone rings, it's a case of, whose phone is it? Then I think only under those conditions, it's like, you know what? Let me change my ringtone. Just so that whenever a phone call comes through, we don't have to wonder who it is. But there's no one else has an honor here. So it's fine. Yours is unique.
Now, I think for me, most of the time, one of the other reasons why I basically take a long time in terms of actually changing my ringtone, it's because, I mean, I work here, we work in radio, so I can't have my phone on loudspeaker or like literally the ringtone ring loud, right? So what I do is because my phone stays on silent half the time. That's why I'm barely ever focused on changing the ringtone. Because it's forever on silent. When I go to do my waitressing events, it also needs to stay on silent.
Yep.
So for me, that's like one of the major reasons why I even forget that I still have the same ringtone, because I barely ever even take it away from silence because I'm so used to having my phone on silent. It's so bad. And now
So now you always have your phone with you.
Yeah, sometimes it's not even with me. It's sometimes even at home. But what I'm saying is that I'm so used to having it on silent that I never take it from silent, to such a point that even the whole fact that I haven't changed the ringtone, I've been using the same ringtone for like a year or even 6 months, doesn't even affect me because it's always on silent.
Do you miss phone calls?
Yeah, sometimes. But not a lot. Most of it is because sometimes it's either when it's there, I know that my son or my little brother are close to it. So if it rings, somebody's gonna tell me if I don't have it on me.
You've got secretaries.
Yes, I do have secretaries until they start answering the phone.
Yeah, so psychologically speaking, so what does your first move say about you? So if you download WhatsApp first, right, what does that say about you? Your first action might just reveal your personality. So what's the first thing you do?
When
you get your phone. So if it's downloading Facebook and whatnot, what do you think that says about your character?
It means I want to be a person that's socially connected.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be connected to everything that I need. I want to be connected to other people.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got some things you might agree or disagree, but if the wallpaper is the first thing that you change, then personality-wise, it says that you're a visual thinker. Agree, disagree?
I agree.
Okay. And then if you do an app cleanup, it means that you like control and minimalism. Here's what app cleanup?
No comment. I do have it, but I barely ever use it.
No, not that. Hence, let me explain. Okay. So, depending on the phone that you buy, there's a thing called bloatware, right? Bloat.
It's like bloated.
Yeah, as in bloated. But then when we add the word ware, it's just like software, hardware. But bloatware is these applications that come bundled with your phone. So you fire up your phone for the very first time, and there's a McAfee app. There's this app that you don't use, right? But it's there. So it's considered bloatware. So if you do an app cleanup that, you know what, this I don't need, tap, uninstall, you're basically doing an app cleanup. So personality-wise, this says that you like control, and you're all about minimalism. Do you agree?
No, I do, because in a way it also opens up some free space on your phone and creates enough space for you to have almost everything that you want. But unfortunately, it's just something that I don't do often. When I get a new phone, it takes me a while to actually clean up those apps that I don't need, because first thing for sure, I want to be certain that if I remove this app, it's not going to affect the functionality of an app that I'm used to using, because some apps actually kind of like intertwine, or what's this?
Yeah, we'll unpack that on Tech Thursdays, but one app affects the other.
I don't know, so I want to be sure whatever app I'm removing, it's not going to affect the other. Like, for example, here on this phone, there's an app here. It's called Honor AI Space. And I'm so confused. I don't know if I remove this app, will it affect any functionality of any apps that I have on my phone?
Yeah.
Or it's not going to affect anything. And then there's another app here called Smart Switch. I've never used that app. I don't know what that app is for. And in my head, I'm like, if I move it or uninstall it, is it going to affect anything, or it's not going to affect anything? Because I'm like super scared of like just generally removing certain apps, because at the moment I don't know their main or core functionality. So for meantime, I just let them stay there until I get to that point where I actually see what's the main functionality, what it does.
Or just Google it, right? And then after that, you've got an understanding of what the app does. So do you also look at your privacy settings? Because the person that does privacy settings, they are more cautious and security minded. You would agree?
Yeah, but I don't actually look at those.
No, I'm saying for someone who does the privacy settings, they are cautious and security minded. Cool. Social media setup, these people are more socially driven. Okay, do you agree, disagree?
No, I agree.
Okay, and then the last one is someone who imports their contacts or the phone numbers and all of that. They value relationships.
Interesting. Nah, I think I'm gonna agree with that one.
Yeah, I know now when you set up a new phone and your previous phone, you've got your contacts saved on your Google account, everything just imports automatically, right? But in the past, it used to be different, because I remember with my aunt, we had to sit down literally from one phone to the next, SIM card, write them down, and then transfer the contacts. So I'm sure they valued relationships quite a lot. And nowadays with Truecaller, even if you don't save someone else's number, it's easy to find the contacts of that particular individual. So just to close on this one, so whether you are deleting applications or setting up a new wallpaper or installing your favorite apps playlist, that first move with a new phone is a tiny ritual that most of us don't even notice, but it's a tiny ritual that says quite a lot. And it's not just about tech, but it is about how we show up in the digital space. So the question for today, Vooka Nation, is please drop a comment. What's the first thing you do when you get a new phone? Let's keep the conversation going. The hashtag to use is hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show on all social media platforms. And if you want to get in touch with us on WhatsApp, it's 060-493-3226. So my next phone, I've decided, is the Galaxy Fold. It'll probably be the 7 or the 8 when it comes out, but I'm looking at a folding phone. So yeah, just to try something different, something new, because I love a whole lot of real estate when it comes to my screen, and I'll probably customize it quite a lot because it is a different form factor, right? So it's not the traditional slab phone that we all have. Because it's a folding phone, I'll probably customize it quite a lot.
No, I actually think that you would, hey, because that phone, you also look at the fact of and then even like a mini tablet or stuff, something like that.
Yep.
So it means that even on your screen, it doesn't have to be too much on your screen. And then even if it's folded, you can still use it on the other end. So for me, I would say that customization of it is pretty understandable. But for me, I think I think I'd be scared to even walk around holding that phone, personally for me. Reason being is because sometimes I have a tendency of like, na iPhone really. Hey, la die. I would die. No, thank you. No, thank you. I think I'm definitely just gonna stick to a slab phone.
But get fine. I mean, there are phones that cost just as much as the foldables, if not more.
No, for me, when it comes to buying a phone, I think something that we should also talk about is basically the whole budget of a phone. What makes a phone an actual phone that a person can use? Is it the functionality of it or how much it costs? Because these days people just buy phones because
yeah.
But functionality wise, it's something that they don't even check. They don't even check in terms of features. Is it features that they actually need on a day-to-day basis? Is it things that is literally going to be beneficial to them in terms of their own features per se? For now, we just buy a phone because I take it 23,000. I can buy a 23,000 rand phone. I'm like, what?
I know this Topi that has expensive phones now because they spent for Bona, like it's their money. Sure, 100% it's your phone. Even if you don't use the full feature set, it's your phone. So hopping into the comments right here, my mom says, Mr. B, good morning. Good morning, moms. How are you today?
Hi, mommy.
She comes through and says, a very good morning, Vooka team and Vooka Nation. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Sivugile, a lovely sunny Wednesday morning, right? And Mist is also dressed in a t-shirt because it's nice and sunny. Zinzi comes through and says, a very good morning, Vooka Nation and wonderful team. Happy Wednesday, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. A sunny Wednesday and we've missed the sunrise. That's because we were used to these cloudy skies as if we are living in the UK. All right. So Moms comes through and says, wishing you a wonderful, blessed morning. Take care. Zenzi comes through and says, we are feeling good and fresh. Hopefully by midday, it won't be too hot because too much heat makes me tired. So you know how we all complain about the heat, the weather. Yeah, most of us do. No, I don't.
You don't complain about the heat?
No. I enjoy the weather for what it is. If it's cold, I'm in love with that. If it's the heat, I get to dress around in my shorts.
So you're a seasonal person, basically. You adapt to the seasons.
Sure.
I'm loving this weather.
That's good.
You know I love this weather.
Same here. I love it as well.
No, I love the warmth, man. Like when I woke up and the sun was out, I'm like, yeah, man, this is it. This is it, man. Yeah.
Because I enjoy every weather. And when I'm in winter, I also enjoy stacking blankets. So when you have that weight on top of you, it feels really good. In summer, I enjoy sleeping on top of the bed without any blankets, right? So I enjoy everything. So I'm learning to embrace everything, but I can safely say that I enjoy everything. So moving on to the comments, guys, this is episode 180. 180. That's an achievement right there. Right, that's an achievement right there. So Zinzi comes through and says, hopefully you feel better, Afriberry. Sending you lots of hugs and kisses to you, so do get better soon. And Mom says, miss you, Afri. So yeah, she's back in full force, but she's not supposed to be here because of flu. And you know how these things, man, pass on. Because there was a study that was done with COVID where they were checking how these air particles can pass on to the next person. I don't know if you saw that. I think it was Dr. Fauci or something like that, where they were just talking with him, and this distance here, 1 meter, is not working because this thing can go across the room. And then Ksasa, it's us that are coughing and laughing like this. The way you're laughing, it's very funny because it's like an engine trying to start. Anyways, Zinzi says, I'm normally the DJ. She says, I'm normally the DJ, but out of courtesy, let me read that again. I'm normally the DJ. Out of courtesy, I was them of they want to play music when I'm driving, but when I'm a passenger, I don't even ask to play music. Right, so as the host, should be courteous and say, do you want to play something? But if she's the passenger, shall you shut up?
She just becomes a passenger princess. Just sits there. Nothing much.
All right, and then Underground Radio DBN says, good morning from Durban.
Good morning, eThekwini. Ninjani lapho phela.
All right, and then Miss Q Rams comes through and says, good morning, Vooka Nation. Happy Wednesday.
Hello, Miss
Hey,
Q
Miss
Rams.
Q.
Hello, Miss Q Rams. How's it going?
Man, thank you very much, guys, for tuning in, and thank you very much for those well wishes. I do pray and hope that I get better because, honey, I miss my voice. I miss talking without having to cough. So I'm just praying, but otherwise, I'm busy with my grandmother's mixtures and stuff. That lady has me drinking things that I don't even know where they come from.
Yeah,
so I can get rid of the cold.
Yeah, hopefully they work. Hopefully they work because it's these home remedies that we forget them, but then we know, man, these things that they used to give me back in the days, and they work,
Yeah, I do pray that it works, because there's this other one, it's green. She has me and my grandmother drinking it from short glasses, and I'm like, this woman.
So who's giving you these remedies?
Umakoko.
So your grandmother is giving your other grandmother?
No, my grandmother's giving me and my mom at home.
Oh, okay,
so there's this other one that she got from her sibling who sells them. So apparently it's supposed to have like appetite, lose weight, antioxidants.
Hey,
so for
kuningi, man.
it's like kuningi. So to me, she's like, you know what? You need to flush out those antioxidants so that you become better. And I can't skip them because otherwise she tells me I'm going to beat you.
Wait. Is antioxidants bad?
I'm still trying to figure that one out. But according to her, I need to get...
She said flush those antioxidants.
Yes, I'm a coco sometimes. I'm very too because that's what she has like. It's like nothing. I'm antioxidant. But it's on the way. No, you can't. Yeah, I want to learn no horiki flu. Yeah, tla. It literally in the morning. Uvugela mean. Like my grandmother uvugela mean. I get regards. So like today, she was like, hey, buya. Keep everything. Like you taught last lap.
You know how crazy the world is, ne? Speaking of flushing, guess what we're celebrating today?
National Flushing Day.
No, it's National Toilet
Day.
Yeah. So there goes those antioxidants. Get down the toilet. So Vooka Nation, today we are celebrating World Toilet Day. It's crazy. I don't know how they come up with these things, but it is a celebration that everyone around the world can celebrate. So World Toilet Day is observed annually on the 19th of November to raise awareness about the global sanitation crisis and the importance of safe toilets for all. And this was established by the United Nations in 2013. It highlights that around 3.4 billion people still lack access to safely managed sanitation, with over 400 million practicing open defecation. The day is tied to Sustainable Development Goal 6, which calls for universal access to water and sanitation. And each year carries a theme, such as the 2025 theme, which is Sanitation in a Changing World, to emphasize the urgent need for investment in resilient, climate-ready sanitation systems that protect your health, dignity, and the environment. You know, there's a whole lot of technology around toilets. I'll tell you one that I first experienced when I was on a cruise. What is it? A cruise trip. Yeah.
Cruise ship.
So a cruise, So they've got these toilets where they explicitly tell you, look, guys, the only thing that should go into these toilets is toilet paper and your stool, right? Those are the only two things. But it makes use of a suction technology where, yes, there is water. Rather than flushing, it sucks it and then adds water so that it stays clean and there's no smells. Because the reason for water as well, and that shape behind the toilet seat, is just so that when you've got water, it also masks the smell from that pipe. Something I didn't know, but that's very interesting. So anyway, this one sucks out the stool, the toilet paper, and then adds water again. Now this one is very efficient in terms of the usage of water and so on. Some of us still make use of these old toilets that give you what do you call that thing where you that mechanism where you hold water and flush. So we're looking at about close to 10 to 15 liters of water per flush. And even when some of us are just urinating, we tend to flush the entire pot of water and
instead of flushing half of it.
You get what I'm saying? So I like this one that I saw on the cruise ship. I also saw it at a mall.
Which mall?
Yeah, so the mall here in Westgate also uses that system where just by closing the toilet seat, it sucks it and then adds water on top. So it's better than what we are used to because that one uses quite a lot of water. So it's some of these innovations where I believe, oh snap, someone thought about this. Someone thought that we are wasting a lot of water when handling business. And I think more and more people should make use of that.
Yeah, it's actually very true because also I remember the first time I saw that bathroom was in Midrand at Builders Mall. They also have the same thing where you just put down the toilet seat and it just sucks everything out. And I think the other thing that I also saw, but unfortunately we don't have this invention in South Africa. It's in Korea where you have a toilet that actually plays music. So that when you're doing your business, ain't nobody gonna hear it.
Interesting.
And it has an air freshener at the same time.
Would you say that's a toilet feature or a bathroom feature?
I think for me, I would prefer it as a toilet feature. Reason being is because sometimes
so
it's a toilet. It's a toilet feature.
Must play music.
Yeah, it's a toilet feature. Actually, it's not a bathroom feature. It's in public toilets.
Sure, but when I say bathroom, I mean the room that you are in has a toilet seat, right? So playing music in the bathroom, it's not something that's unique to Korea. It's something I can install in my own bathroom where I am handling business and I can have music playing in the background, which is a bathroom feature, as opposed to a toilet as in that, that thing that you sit on.
Yeah, Yone, unfortunately, it's literally built into the toilet itself. They have a handle where you literally just select and then it just plays the music.
But where are the speakers installed?
I really wonder. I seriously wonder where they did, because it's like a cubicle divided, and each and every single bathroom there, each and every single toilet there has that feature. And then in China they created seat warmers. Those ones are needed in South Africa for winter.
I've had one. Yeah.
You've had one?
Yeah.
But we need to have more and more of them. But in all honesty, I think there's some, when you go to Korea and Japan, they're living in their own world when it comes to most of the creations they have.
Yeah, but I think Leye bathroom music, we've got that feature. Even heated toilet seats, right? We've got that. We've got these suction toilets. The other thing about handling business, what I've seen is the hygiene, because you've mentioned that these toilets have some controls on the side. Now, imagine someone handling business and then still touching that thing, and then you come through. So, yeah, from a hygiene standpoint, I get worried. Just before we move on, I know it's a bit gross, but there's a career where they study feces and they can tell what's wrong with you just by looking and examining your feces.
Oh, no, also in
crazy,
terms
right?
of the colors, because apparently the colors also tell you a different story. Like your feces are supposed to be a certain color. If it changes to become like yellow, like a very bright yellow, there's something going on. And then there's the green. Okay, the red, we know that the red only happens if you eat too much beetroot.
Yeah, but also with green, you can eat certain foods, right? Because I know when I have tribe, because I look at the color of my feces. I'm not ashamed to say. Everyone does that, right?
I like it. I'm laughing at Moosee's face.
Going back to the topic of authenticity.
Yeah.
Yes, you're being authentic now, but you're not being ashamed means not that you should share certain information about yourself.
Sure, I get that, but as a talk radio, we want to bring conversations that are sometimes not comfortable, right? So I'm not ashamed to say that I look at the color of my feces because I need to know what's going on, more especially where if I eat a certain food, then I know that, okay, it's because I ate 1, 2, and 3. So I know when I eat tribe, manya is robin, and I buy tribe, I know for a fact that it will change color. If I eat beetroot a lot, it's going to change color. But there are things, obviously, when it comes to limits. I'm not checking the texture of it. Like, I just check the color. That's it. It's just the color, right? And as a parent, when your little one handles business, you also look and observe, okay, is this what I'm expecting? If it looks different, if it's broken or if it's smooth, you know as a parent. As a parent, I know, right? So today we're celebrating World Toilet Day, and for the sustainable development goals, it's goal number 6 when it comes to access to water and sanitation. It's really important. Look, I don't know how, but it's true. There's a hostel nearby, and from a young age, there was this stream of water that cut through the hostel. It's still there, and it's not water. It's not water.
Sewage.
It's sewage.
Still there.
It's still there.
Yeah, from time to time, if you access,
it flows.
It's still there.
Yeah.
So what I've learned over the years is that the water system there, or just the sanitation system there, is not the greatest of ones. So from time to time, and when I mean time to time, I mean almost every other week, if not every other day, they struggle with keeping it under control. And walking there or living there, hey, chief, no, man, it's not.
It's not.
It's not giving, man.
I mean, when we did the tour, the bike tour.
Oh yes, we went to them Zimhlope.
Yeah. And there are conditions that. I mean, we're from the township ourselves, but we were just shocked. We felt like tourists.
Yeah, definitely.
How does one live under these conditions?
Yeah.
So, and what's crazy about this one here is that just next door, adjacent to them, is the municipality, right, that handles all of these things.
Yes,
but
sir.
The sewage stream flows daily. It's a thing. Kids play there. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is super crazy, because then the kids are going to end up having like major health issues because of all of the toxic air they are breathing and playing in. And I think this is one day that South Africa as a country, like South African heads of states, need to actually pay more attention to, because in South Africa we still have a struggle of pet toilets. In some rural areas there's still pet toilets. And we've had so many incidents where children unfortunately passed away because they fell into the pet toilet.
Yeah.
So it's about time that all that also changes. I mean, like, we're in 2025. No, man, that needs to change.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, jumping back to the comments, because I'm getting shots fired here at me. Simami comes through and says, "Good morning, Vooka Nation. Sivugile on this wonderful sunny Wednesday. Hashtag Vooka Nation." So everyone seems to comment about how sunny the weather is. Because they love the weather.
Guys, the weather is giving.
They love the
Guys,
weather.
the weather is giving. Don't get me wrong. From September all the way to like today, there's been a couple of days where it's windy, it's cold. Obviously, the beginning of this week or this past weekend and last week.
Yeah.
It's been overcast and cold and wet and
The mood as well.
You know, it does. And Angie was trying to deny it a couple of weeks ago as her and I were walking home. And I told her, Chief, I told you that when it's rainy and wet and overcast, it just changes the atmosphere, the mood, your, you know, for lack of a better word, your chakras, your energies are not aligned. There's a misalignment that happens in one. And we can all agree, I think, that when it's sunny and it's nice and warm, like, there's life, Chief. There's life.
No, sure, I agree. After you love...
I love the sun.
Yeah.
I don't like being cold. Like right now, it's sunny outside, but because I have a cold, like ngitogile and ngiyagodola, be due to me having a cold, like even the slightest breeze in G, it's you are like I think heater like I.
Sorry about that. Zinzi says hopefully you will feel better. The last comment that came through, I know someone who always takes over my playlists. Banele. Me.
They snitching.
But how often? No, man. Like,
Ooh, try to explain this one. Oh, you gotta think about it.
No. Thing is, you know, with Netflix and movies, it's quite rare that you find people listening to music, right? Because with music, especially if you're at home, either you are doing chores, but for you to have a listening session where you're just sitting and listening, it's quite rare. So usually, I would come and you're watching something, not necessarily music, right? And I can actually count the number of times that she'd be listening to music. But yeah, that's that. But we were asking earlier, Vooka Nation, that does your playlist become hijacked by someone, right? And are you the victim? Someone comes through and takes over your stereo without even asking. They believe that their playlist is more superior. So between me and her, we're a little bit weird because I love old school music. But I know people that say they love old school R&B or hip hop. But I think for anyone that's been around me, they notice that I think your old school is like the old school of old school. Mm-hmm. So she loves modern pop music, Avril Lavigne and your Pink and you know those guys, right? So her playlist is also quite different.
No, but she's old as well. That's Avril Lavigne and Pink is nowhere close to the 2010s.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about pop music.
Okay.
And pop music for someone that should be, because as Africans, South African, black South Africans,
sure,
there's like a certain type of music that, you know, we should should be listening to. Mm-hmm. So I was also shocked the good time, man. You listen to white
Pink,
music. Yeah.
Pink, you were Avril Lavigne. Kelly Clarkson, Demi Lovato, like back then. So okay, girl, I see you. I'll bring my music book. I still have it from primary school.
Yeah.
I still have it. Me and you will go through the lyrics.
Anyway, Vooka Nation, today's World Toilet Day. I encourage you, look at the color of your stool. And there's a double meaning behind that. But look at the color of your stool. And if there's anything wrong, man, make sure you consult. Maybe even take a sample to the doctor and say, look, I'm concerned that my stool looks different. No, I'm just kidding, guys. The other thing that we're celebrating today is International Men's Day.
Hello to my brothers.
And this one is hidden, man, because whenever we are in the month of August, everywhere it's about, you know, Women's Day. But this one it's a hidden. I don't know why, but it's hidden. Okay? So today is International Men's Day. So guys, if you've got a man around you, someone that you know, a boyfriend, a husband, business partner, you name it, a colleague, show some love. Today's International Men's Day.
I don't think it's actually
Cook
hidden.
for us, clean for us, do something.
In a way, I don't think that it's actually hidden. I think it's because men in general are not making that much noise about it.
Yep.
Remember that for women, for example, National Women's Day, and then in March we have International Women's Day. It's because we make noise about it. We make it seen. We make it heard. But for you guys, sometimes for me, I feel like it's not done that way. How are we supposed to recognize for example, as women, as your partner, your sister, how am I supposed to recognize the day when you yourself don't even brag about it?
But when it comes to Women's Month, we are the ones out there singing and shouting that it's Women's Month. This is what we do for you guys. So Lana, it's like, hey, it's your birthday, but unless you say Uguti, it's your birthday, then Nami, I'll chill. But then we remember your guys' birthdays. We remember your celebrations. So you should come forward and say, look, I cooked a meal for you because it's International Men's Day, right? So the day is celebrated every single year on the 19th of November to highlight men's health, positive role models. Remember, we're not talking about, in fact, look, if you're a man, you're still celebrated. I'm not going to talk about some of the things that, one would say, good day, man, but you don't deserve to be celebrated. No, just as long as you're a man. We'll cover the other stuff another day. I mean, there's initiatives like Vooka for that, where the goal is to talk about all things men. Mm-hmm. And whatever we talk about there stays there. So come next year, February on the 14th, we will be going on a men's conference. No jokes.
Ningi?
Next year, from the 13th of February to the 16th of February, we're going on a men's conference.
Okay. No problem. Y'all go and enjoy. Y'all go and enjoy. I know that some people to receive a Valentine's Day gift, but you'll hurt her because y'all going on the 13th, coming back on the 16th. So y'all go and enjoy as hurt her, yeah? But I do hope that this day actually shows awareness to the men around the world, and they also, some guys who feel like, you know what, men are not being celebrated. I hope they actually acknowledge the day today, which is International Men's Day, and they also know that men are celebrated and also acknowledged. So I hope that the men are now gonna wear this day proudly on their shoulders and say, you know what, as much as ladies have their own day, we also have a day that celebrates us for being the good and amazing people that we are. So happy International Men's Day.
You know what my issue is, ne?
What?
Lip service. Yeah, lip service. Because if it just ends at lip service, that's where the problem is. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy it and then leave it there. Come on, man, do something.
Why not?
No, do you not have an uncle?
I do.
Yeah, do something for your uncle.
But I think for me, it's basically, it doesn't mean that I need to celebrate him specifically on this day. I celebrate him almost every time.
You see, you're now taking away from this day. I
know my uncle. When I get home and tell him which day it is, he's literally gonna laugh at me.
No, After wait, let's take a step back. So you take a tray, né? You take a tray, a saucer, a cup, make tea. You go and give it to him and say, Happy International Men's Day. See, there's a difference. There's a difference with just, hey man, today is Happy International Men's Day. Happy International Men's Day, and call it a day, right?
And then there's also a difference with the different uncles that we have.
When you said it doesn't apply to you, what do you mean?
I'm saying it doesn't apply to me because I know my uncle, like he likes making his own coffee. He won't allow you to make his own coffee. Even if Noma's pag, so that's why I'm saying that for me, it doesn't apply because of the uncle that I have at home. I know, for me, it's only going to apply to him if but then he's happy.
Now, it applies, right? That you mentioned. So yeah, do that. So it applies to everyone. Yes or no?
Yes.
It does. So we've got comments coming through. Miss Q Ram says, "Happy International Men's Day. You are appreciated." Right? Do you know if there's a song?
How sorry, thank you. Are you not the man of the studios? You guys are not even saying thank you, and then you say that women, how guys sing, it's a gesture. Hey, but thank you, Nyana.
No, Dala wishile. So this is just. Yeah.
Hello, Miss Kirams.
So, do you know if there's a song that's dedicated to men out there? Because we've got Tupac that says, "Dear Mama," proverb to all the women in my life and all the women in the world. Da, 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 da.
Luther Vandross dance with my father again.
Yeah, well, that's like a guy talking to Babake. But I'm asking.
No, but it falls on both sides. For me, I'm saying it falls on both sides because when you look at the music video itself, it has a little girl dancing with her dad, but then it's being sent by a guy. So meaning that it could go both ways. It's either it's a young man wishing to dance with his dad again because they used to do some amazing dance challenges, or it's a young lady wishing to dance with their dad again. So it's
written and sung by a guy, right?
Yes.
Cool. Is there a song that you know of that's written, sung by a woman that just acknowledges and celebrates men?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Because what's love got to do with it?
Yeah, because moving right along. So the day is celebrated every single year on the 19th of November to highlight men's health, positive role models, and contributions men and boys make to their families, community, and society. So first, it was established by Dr. Jerome in Trinidad and Tobago. The day is now observed in over 80 countries worldwide. It focuses on issues such as mental health, suicide prevention, equality, and fostering respectful relationships, with the 2025 theme celebrating men and boys. And this is done so that it's encouraging appreciation while also addressing challenges men face in modern society. Kuningi, bro, but thanks, because we do have a day that is dedicated towards men, and we won't make noise about it. It's okay.
Oh, sorry about that, but either way, happy International Men's Day, hey. And I think it's also going to be nice because we're having Osvaldo coming through today. So we hope that he's probably going to give us some ones and twos when it comes to how men can actually keep themselves mentally in check in celebration of this day. What kind of things, especially for us as partners, can watch out for if, let's say, maybe our husband or partner is going through a slump and doesn't actually want to talk about it, because most men bafanga phakathi umuntu okhona unomuntu kodwa akakhona ukukhuluma naye, and then next thing we know naye indoda ijampile. So we're also trying to prevent that. So maybe that's some things that we as females, as daughters, as mothers, as sisters, as wives, as girlfriends can also look out for when it comes to our partners or the male role models that we have in our lives, have whatever they're facing. What kind of things can we look out for to help them face their challenges and problems at that given moment? I hope that's something that we could actually talk about with Osvaldo Magafigala.
Yeah, absolutely, because the theme topic for today is micro depression, where the silent thing that we carry weighs on us too much, right? So we're going to unpack this after the break, but when we come back, we're going to do word of the day, today in history and all of that. But essentially, when it comes to micro depression, which most of us suffer from, and it comes and it goes, because usually I remember there was a time where I couldn't explain it, but maybe once or twice a year, I would just wake up and not feel like interacting or wanting to do anything, right? So now I know that it's called micro depression. So you wake up, you're not sad exactly, but you're not excited either. You go through the emotions, whether it's work or running errands, social media scrolls. You laugh when you're expected to laugh,
because you just have to do it at that moment.
Exactly. You smile when it's greeted because it's polite, but deep down something feels just a little bit off, and you're not crying in the shower or having panic attacks, but you're also not thriving at the same time. So you're just flat right there. You're just flat. So you could be experiencing micro depression, and most of us suffer from this. there are reasons. I think it's sometimes a spiritual thing where you need to go inwards, deal with something, and then come back out again, right? But we're going to unpack this after the break. Vooka Nation, remember to get in touch with us, 060-493-3226. And it's Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show on all social media platforms. And if you want to take the stream with you on the road, wherever you are, download the Underground Radio app on the App Store and the Google Play Store so that you can listen to the Vooka Breakfast Show every single day, Monday to Friday. And if you also want to save on data as well, because I think this relationship is good, because if you want to see us, then sure, there's YouTube for that, and it uses quite a lot of data. But if you just want to listen to the Vooka Breakfast Show and use less data, then download the Underground Radio app, where it uses less data, but you still get to have the same engagement, the same experience. So head over to the Play Store, show some love, because next year we're doing Durban. We are doing Durban. So we'll catch you after the break, and see you now. We're listening to the sounds of Tusabe. That's Swakadi. With the sun outside and these jams, more and more people are stepping out. Yeah, man. Giving you December vibes in November. Someone might be asking, why are we playing this music on a Wednesday? Hey guys, it sure feels like Friday. Yeah. Welcome back, Vooka Nation. Welcome back. The time right now is 20 minutes to 9. And we give you nothing but positive vibes right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, episode 180. And next year, we're going to be throwing a party, dancing to music like this. Hey man, that's because we would have celebrated 1 year streaming, going strong, day to day, whether it's raining, whether it's cold, cloudy skies, it really doesn't matter. But whenever it's dark, after the darkest night always comes a brighter day. Just like today, we've got the sun, clear skies, and people are happy. Barry, I'm looking forward to the 1 year celebration. Remember we spoke with Lebu Soweto Backpackers that we should do the 1 year celebration right there.
Now, I think it'll be amazing there because you're going to have like an amazing wonders of experiences. And we do hope that the Vooka Nation is going to come through for that 1 year celebration. And I feel like it's going to be amazing, man. Because right now we got underground radio. So I feel like one of this whole cross-border situationship that's happening right now, it's going to be fire come next year. Bona no yana tla bontsha batho re bona ngwana ne bo re kwatile ke nako go jaiva ke nako
yeah, man, absolutely looking forward to that. So it won't cost a lot, right? It's just in here to make sure good here, man, guys, here's some food. Obviously they do serve drinks at the venue,
yes,
but it is a milestone for every single one of us to do what we do on a daily basis and reach the 1 year mark, going strong and having improved quite dramatically. This is something that will become, for me, something that will go down in history. So Vooka Nation, everyone is invited. Come spend time with us, the crew, everyone, including the guys that are behind the scenes, the engine that's fueling this entire experience, the Vooka Nation that's supporting us. You've joined the YouTube channel and you have subscribed to one of the membership packages, whether it's silver, gold, or platinum. It really means a lot. You tuning in every single day gives us the drive to keep on continuing. So come next year, February, it is 1 year that the Vooka Breakfast Show has been streaming. And in terms of celebrations, this is where we are. Anyway, it's not a Friday, so let's come back. But hopefully this will get you through that midweek slump. And we're going to take you through a picture of the day, because on a day-to-day basis, we give you words that are aimed at improving yours and our vocabulary, our spoken vocabulary, so that when you go for that job interview and you start mentioning these words, you are that individual that is able to become a wordsmith and play with these words. Oh man, this reminds me of the time when I used to write hip-hop. In fact, I should probably write a song for our 1 year celebration and perform it. Afroberry will do a poetry piece. Mist will be on the vocals. That's that.
I like the way bara erankating. Abasare so Afri you kinam pepim nga Afri will do a poetry piece. Yeah, Mist will also be performing just like that. Hey, you never know, but we'll just see. But otherwise, yes, I think it's something that I'll definitely like to do, hey, because it'll be pretty interesting for at least the Vooka Nation to finally see me do my other thing besides talking to you amazing and beautiful people sitting at home, hey. So I literally do. I'm literally looking forward to it, and I cannot wait for the 1 year birthday celebration. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be fantastic. But then we also do come back to you each and every single day, making sure that you stay up to date with your vocabulary and those fantastic and amazing words that make you sound like you are and why was there's those fantastic and amazing words that always keep you up to date. We're all about that vocabulary, learning new words that you can use in your boardrooms, in your meetings, and you never know, maybe sometimes in one of your songs or performances. We are keeping you up to date with those amazing words. And today, our word of today is sonority, right? Our word of today is sonority, and it is spelled as this. It's SONORITY. That's SONORITY, sonority. Now, the meaning of this is that the rich, resonant quality of sound, fullness and depth in tune. And then I'm going to repeat it again. So the meaning is the rich, resonant quality of sound, fullness and depth in tune, right? In tone. And then the sentence example is, the sonority of the chorus lingered, each note swirling with emotion. The sonority of the core of the chorus lingered, each note swirling with emotion. Similar words are resonance, richness, and timbre. So it's resonance, richness, and timbre. So sonority, right? So it sounds like a beautiful word.
Yeah, sonority.
I love the way it sounds.
Let's see how it's pronounced.
You got that.
Wait, I just want to play it back here. There we go.
Sonority.
Sonority.
Oh, sonority.
Sonority.
Sonority. Now I sound like I'm in a sorority.
Trust MooCee Mist when it comes to the words, Chief.
Yep.
Trust MooCee Mist, I'll take care of you.
Sonority.
Always and every day, man. Word of the day, giving you words. That I like how you say it, Mr. B. Clearly, I've said it so much that it's registered.
I didn't even know what to register.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's registered.
I didn't even know.
It's the drilling process, man, and that's part of our responsibility.
Yeah,
for sure. It has to stay in there, so that for whoever is listening and watching, whenever we say word of the day, now they know what to expect,
100%.
It's like, yeah, man, those words that are aimed at giving you your daily dose, or things of that nature. I love it. Yes, sir.
Sentence example?
You want me to read it again?
No. Like, can you create a word using sonority?
I was still thinking.
Okay. Let me try. So, the timbre or the sound, right? So you know when you sit with certain people, and you can see their soul, you can hear the sonority of their voice or their inner voice. You just know that you guys can blend and gel together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now that's actually pretty interesting, because I remember yesterday the sonority of how Mo sparked an idea of him doing voiceovers.
Yeah, man, it did. In fact, I'll play it now shortly after this, because we did a voice jingle. But there's more that's coming. Because we recorded quite a lot. So yeah, that's that. Vooka Nation, that's the word of the day. And let's also take you through some of the events that happened today in history. Now, I used to be fascinated as a kid when watching these magic shows. One of the people, that stands out is your David Blaine. We've got Chris Angel, and there's this one that used to play on ETV, but that one was centered around revealing magic speaker secrets, right? So today in history, in 2013, David Blaine performs in the TV special David Blaine Real or Magic on ABC. So what he was trying to depict here is that, is this magic? Or would you say that this is sleight of hand, right? So in 2013, David Blaine's ABC special Real or Magic showcased his signature blend of endurance stunts and close-up illusions performed for celebrities and everyday people across America. So this was directed by Matthew. A 90-minute program featured David Blaine's astonishing stars like Harrison Ford, Robert De Niro, Kanye West, along the likes. And he performed a lot of these card tricks to the infamous ice pick through hand demonstration. So the special blurred the lines between illusion and reality, leaving audiences questioning whether his acts were tricks or genuine physical feats. So I've got an opinion when it comes to magic. There's these YouTube videos that are circulating out there where they reveal the process behind it. And it's crazy because when someone takes you through the step-by-step process in which how they did it and they explain it and show the visuals, you start to doubt and wonder. But the one thing I do appreciate about it is the sleight of hand, the thought process that goes into it, as opposed to, someone performing a magic trick that will leave you, not even questioning if whether this is magic or not. You can tell that this is tricks. But nowadays they use a lot of VFX. They use a whole lot of camera angles.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I still appreciate it because there's Tyler. What is it called? Tyler and Penn and Tyler, right? Where they get magicians to come through, and if they can guess how a certain trick was performed, then it means that magician won't go to perform in Las Vegas. But I love these tricks that they perform. Very interesting. And then the other one here is 2017, the 45th American Music Awards. Bruno Mars, Lady Gaga, and Imagine Dragons and Keith Urban, they all win on that day. So they all won the American Music Awards. So at the 45th American Music Awards in 2017, the likes of Bruno Mars dominated with 7 wins, including Artist of the Year, while Lady Gaga took home Favorite Female Artist Pop Rock. Imagine Dragons won Favorite Duo or Group Pop Rock, and Keith Urban swept the country categories with 3 awards. The ceremony held at the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles also featured standout performances from Diana Ross, who received a Lifetime Achievement Award, Pink, Kelly Clarkson, and BTS making their US award show debut, marking a night that blended established icons with rising global stars. Very interesting on that day. And then in 2019, The Weeknd releases his single Blinding Lights, goes on to become the longest charting song on Billboard's Top 100 at 90 weeks. Not 19, 90 weeks. That's the longest charting song on the Billboards. How many weeks do we have in a year?
Ek weet nie, I'll be lying if I said I do. I never actually calculated.
52
We've
weeks.
got 52 weeks.
2 weeks.
So now that you've mentioned the 52, so this song was charting for 90 weeks.
90.
90 weeks.
Not 19.
Not
90.
That's over a year. So 52, almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Almost
just
2
shy
years.
of 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, because 50 plus 50 is 100. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so the song was released in November 2019. So The Weeknd's Blinding Lights became a global phenomenon, blending retro synth pop with modern R&B and earning critical acclaim. The track topped the Billboard's Hot 100 for 4 non-consecutive weeks and went on to set a record as the longest charting song in Hot 100 history. Staying on the chart for 90 weeks, its success was amplified by viral TikTok dance challenges, massive streaming numbers, and The Weeknd's high-profile Super Bowl halftime performance in 2021. So this was cementing it as one of the defining hits of the decade. Very interesting.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
It's like
90
a year and
weeks.
10 months.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays a hit lasts for
3 weeks, a month if you're lucky, bro.
sure.
That's the music culture we've gotten to now, where people are creating hits that are less than 30 seconds. Or less than a minute.
Actually, we were talking
You
about
remember we
it
spoke
where
about
on
it,
TikTok.
like
Yeah.
music is so saturated now.
Yeah.
And it really prevents and puts musicians at a disadvantage, because now one cannot create a full body of work, right? Now what we're chasing is
Not even a song.
that 45-second.
Not even a song.
It's not even a song. That 45-second type of melody or lyric or dance challenge that's going to go viral and get people talking. But outside of that, as an artist, as a musician, as a composer, as a ghostwriter, even perhaps, maybe you write lyrics for, or you write songs and compose them for these big artists, because that's what happens. A lot of them didn't write most of these hits themselves, right? So we were really forced to come up with songs that will hit people or get people's attention in less than a minute.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But now to have a song for like almost 2 years, a year and 10 months,
So,
it's crazy.
as a musician, do you not think that this gives musicians an opportunity? So, one guy was talking about the rise of AI,
Okay.
and that a lot of these songs, remixes, are being done by AI, and we enjoy them for the most part.
Sure.
But in terms of authentic composing, writing, this is an opportunity for musicians to also stand out. So as to say that anything and everything that was done or produced here, no AI involved.
You mean like the show?
Anyone that's a musician.
Okay.
Right. So when you write a song, you can go back to the core, the how to compose a song, the roots of music composition. And I think for any musician that comes through and displays that look, this is pure talent, then I think that they will rise above the rest.
Here's the thing: a lot of musicians now, they did not, or what they do is they've gotten complacent when it comes to these tools that are at one's disposal, right? And it takes away from the creative process, because you can just go in an AI tool, and because now there's so many LLMs out there that cater for different things, right? You remember the last time we were researching one that caters for traveling and leisure, where you can go into this LLM or this AI tool, tell it where you want to go, the type of venue or accommodation you're looking for, the itinerary that you want, or it can even suggest things for you if you don't have any activities planned when you're traveling. So there's AI tools for music as well that have made people who are part of the creative process in terms of music composition or putting together a piece of song, it's made them so complacent that you can just go in and say, I want to write a song about love and breaking up from a boy's perspective, right? And you click enter and it generates those lyrics for you.
Which for me is cool, but I do agree with the guy where he says it's an opportunity to bring one's authentic self.
How so, though?
Because there are things like street culture, words, or these things that really make us human. And if you bring that thing, then sure, your music will stand out. It will be different. Think about music from the 60s, 70s. You know how they would like to talk like Barry White. He would sing.
This has got to be the saddest day of my life.
So you can bring things like that where with the AI, it's pushing these short songs, man. Right? But
AI does have an AI artist or an online artist who's doing the things.
Yeah.
Like, she really sounds genuine. Like, she's topping even, charts that are of actual musicians who are alive. So, yes, for the most part, they're pushing these 45-second, 1 minute songs on social media, especially TikTok and like shorts.
Yeah.
On what do you call this? Insta, Facebook, and YouTube, right? But there are AI generated musicians who are out there producing and releasing songs and are topping the charts, doing better than most artists out there. So I hear what you're saying, but it's taking away from us. It really takes away from creatives, from everyone who's involved, in the process of putting together a body of work of songs. From the producer to the composer to the writer, the IP of the lyrics. To the vocalists themselves. Like, there's a lot of people who are involved, the one who's going to master and mix the song, the sound engineer. A lot of people are affected by, the thing behind it being that we want to make things easier. But making them easier, you don't realize that you're taking away from a lot of people. So I think the one thing for me, I would say, is that as much as AI can come there and do the things, connectivity, man. There's a disconnect that AI is always going to have. Always. And you can always feel and hear it.
Sure.
The song can be great. Last week we were listening to quite a lot of them, from reggae generated ones to the 1950s to like a hip hop type of thing. But there's always a disconnect for me, I think.
Because originally, so it's not the spoken word.
Yeah.
Because when you sing, it's coming from your core. Yeah. The vibration. So this one is generic. Come on, guys. Even if it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's not the same. It's not the same. So yeah, Vooka Nation. That was a crazy 90 weeks that The Weeknd had for his song "Blinding Lights." Insane. totally insane. So, yep, we're going to take a short break right now. And then when we come back, we have Nommyp that's joining us on the line. And we're going to talk about some trending headlines, but we're going to dive into micro depression as well, something that we need to desperately look at because most of us suffer from these things, but it's important for us to at least recognize it or see it when it's happening so that you know how to best deal with it and have a way forward when it comes to that. So don't change the dial. We'll be back in a jiffy. And so before I go now, I'm going to give you a song called There Is Light, Stone Keepers, and enjoy. We'll be back in a moment.
Whenever you're down, out in the cold, faithless and dark, your story's untold. Come take my hand and walk there with me. I know a place where we can be free. There is a light shining for you, guiding your way, helping you through. And shadows and gloom are all that you see. We'll find a place where we can be free. From the mountain top down to the deepest valley, hear a voice calling you. It's the rising sun shining in the darkest alley. Can't you see you will be free? I have been far, I have been wide, searching for peace, somewhere to hide. Now I am free, open and pure, fearless and babe, I am secure. There is no dark that can't be lit. We'll find a way if we just commit. We are one. There is no them and us. Together we're strong. Together we're free. From the mountain top down to the deepest valley, hear a voice calling you. It's the rising sun shining in the darkest alley. Can't you see you will be free? Can't you see you will be free? You will be free.
Yeah, man, giving you those Friday vibes on a Wednesday morning. A good way to start the day and get rid of that midweek slump. So my brother loves this kind of music and I take a lot of inspiration from him. The song is called My Love from Spring Gang. Yeah, man, that is My Love from Spring Gang. My Love from Spirit Gang. So, everybody, before we dive into the topic for today and the trending topics, we do have celebrity birthdays, right? So, just take us through who's growing up today.
Yes, we do have certain piece of another mic. Yes, we do have some celebrity birthdays here for you. And on our first one, we have Adam Driver. Now, Adam Driver was born on the 19th of November in 1983 and will be turning 52 this year. Now, his rise to fame, Adam Driver, acclaimed for Girls, earned 3 Emmy nods before major film success. His marital status, he is currently married. Now, an interesting fact about him is that before becoming an actor, he served in the U.S. Marines. So, thank you very much, sir. And then on our second birthday, celebrity birthdays, we have Tiger. And then Tiger was also born on the 19th of November, on the 19th of November in 1989 and is turning 36 this year. Now, his rise to fame, Tiger born Michael Stevenson, debuted with Careless World. Debuted with Careless World, Rise of the Lost King in 2012 and was also a member of Young Money Cash Money King. And then we also have his marital state. He's not married. Now, he's not married. And then when the interesting fact about him is that his stage name is actually a backronym of Thank You God Always. So his stage name is an abbreviation. Instead of saying Thank You God Always, he just crashed all of that, summed it all into once and called himself Tiger. Now, on our third birthday celebration, now we have a man that has been worn by so many men around the world, and females are also even getting into the plug and starting to wear him. Now, the man that I'm talking about is Calvin Klein. Now, Calvin Klein was also born on the 19th of November in 1942 and is turning 83 today. Calvin Klein is old, my friends. He's turning 83 today. Now, his rise to fame is a fashion inventor. Fashion inventor Andrew Christian revolutionized men's underwear, famed for runway looks and bold accessories. Marital status, he's not married. Interesting fact about him is that he launched his fashion empire in 1968 with just $10,000, opening a small coat shop inside New York hotel. So Calvin Klein, the brand, has come a long way from just opening a store with $10,000 and now being worth over millions and being worn by each and every single person all around the world. So to each and every single person that is celebrating their birthday today, we would like to wish you a very and an amazing happy birthday. We hope that you guys enjoy your days, and if you also do know somebody who's also celebrating their birthday today, feel free to send us a text on 0604933226. That's 060 493-3226, or you can just send them, shout out their name on our comment section, because we'd also like to know, who are you celebrating today?
Yeah, man. We've got Nommyp on the line. Hopefully the things are doing today. So Nommyp, you can unmute. How are you today? What's happening on your end?
So, how are you guys doing this morning?
We're doing good. So we're just gonna check if the vocals and the stream is okay, so that everyone can hear you at home. But on my end, I can hear you quite well. Yeah. So just a second whilst we fix a few things. Okay, because you do sound a little bit low. I don't know if you are far from your mic.
Is that better? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, much better.
Perfect.
Much better. How are you this morning? Happy Wednesday.
Oh, thank you. I am so happy that it's finally sunny outside. I'm in my summer era. I'm ready to start rocking those summer dresses.
Yeah. Okay, so it is a little bit faint. So what I'm going to do now is to see if I can boost you on my end just a little bit, yeah? Okay, just hold on. But in the meantime, we can just go through the motivation and other things that we have on the program for today.
Okay, so for today, when it comes to our motivation, let's see. So motivation for today, no, we're actually going to start with the inspirational message. Our inspirational message for today is: sometimes later becomes never, do it now. Sometimes later becomes never, do it now. So meaning that procrastination is not always the best solution, and the things that do not need to be procrastinated and actually need to be done within that time frame, or actually in the day. So if it's something that you can do at that current moment, do it, because sometimes putting it on and saying, no, I'm going to do it is not always the best solution. And then our quote is: either you run the day or the day runs you. How you wake up determines how your day is going to be. So if you wake up moody, then you're probably not going to have a good day. But even if you wake up moody and decide to change your mindset into a positive outlook, then you'll definitely be running the day instead of having the day run you.
Yep. So yeah, Nommyp, good morning. And I think I have figured it out. So just a bit, I have to bear with the movements. So I think I have figured it out, and let's dive straight into it. So what do you have for us this morning when it comes to what's trending out there on the internet?
Well, as you already know, Vooka Breakfast Show, I am here to give you the latest when it comes to word on the streets. Giving up for Sol Penduga, or opening it up with Sol Penduga rather. Sol Penduga has been nominated for Best Traffic Presenter after Kaya 959 dismissal. Despite his controversial dismissal from Kaya 959 following alleged offensive comments about Minnie Dlamini, Sol Penduga has actually received a nomination for the Best Traffic Presenter at the upcoming Radio Awards. His fans are rallying behind him, seeing the nomination as a vindication after his constantatious exit from the station. Moving right along, we do have Lamise Holworthy trending once again. Lamise Holworthy reveals truth about her bond with Chico Twala after romance rumors. Lamise Holworthy Morule has finally addressed the long-running curiosity surrounding her relationship with legendary musician musician Silo Chico Twala. The truth came to light after the pair's video went viral, surprising many fans who didn't know they were related. However, during an interview with the DJ Fresh on What a Week podcast earlier this year, the DJ and TV personality explained how the public first learned that Chico is actually her biological father. And that's how we close it off, wishing Osvaldo Penduga all the best on his nominations on the upcoming Radio Awards.
Yeah, interesting. Thanks for sharing. I mean, with the recent one, that's interesting. With the whole biological father.
Right, but also what I would want to know is on the Saul one, if Saul went ahead and won the award, who will he be receiving it on? Like, is he giving credit to Kaya? Is Kaya going to be taking the award? Is the award going to Saul directly? I'm just a bit confused on how that's going to work, but we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah, no, definitely. Afri, what do you think?
You know, like Nomi just said, it is very confusing because at this moment he got fired, right? And you look at the timing of the awards and what like they're happening towards the end of the year. And at this moment, he's not affiliated or associated with any certain radio station. So Vele, when he wins the award, is it going to go to Kaya straight or it's going to sit at his place?
Well, that's what Nomi's asking.
Because for me, I feel like he should take it home.
Well,
because he's already cut ties with Kaya, so why can't he just take it home?
Yeah.
Here's what I think, right? That when the nominations happens, or when the submissions for one to be nominated, when that takes place, obviously he was still at Kaya, so it's not where his current stance is at the moment, but it's more of when the nominations happen. So he was still at Kaya. So he's basically getting recognized, or if he does win, it's just more of a recognition of that at the time where he was and his work based on that period of time, not what's happening right now.
Okay, I would take that. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, I still feel like he should win. He should literally take it home because he's no longer part of it. So in which way or in which universe do they have the right to keep it? Because remember that as much as he was representing or he was nominated for being a presenter at Kai FM, he's still him.
Yeah, sure.
And this is basically an award that is he's being nominated for just being him as a person. So meaning that Kaya shouldn't even have any affiliation with that award. As much as siyalo ukuthi vele bomnominated asasebenza khona kodwa akasasebenzi khona makayewina fanele ahambe naye kubo endlini yakhe.
I think if he does win, he'll probably take it. It's his award. Yeah.
All righty. Well, that's where we close things off with the trending topics.
You know, there's one more trending topic that I came across where it's interesting because especially for you ladies, you guys apply makeup. So umihlali ndimasene
we say mihali.
Mihlali?
We don't say mihlali. We don't read it the way it's written.
Say that again.
It's Mkabayi, guys.
It's mihlali. Baba mbara mihali.
Mihali. I never.
No, you're okay. It's mihlali.
You know, I was going to take what you were saying right now.
Yes, I like mihlali. Yes, it's mihlali ndamasi.
Yeah. So with the Mihlali, she was trending on the internet. And for me, I think it's all for good reasons because, you know, we in the hustle culture and she's got a course or a master class that she's doing. And it's all about makeup, beauty. I think it's called Beauty and the Beat. So she's training or she wants to conduct a master class for you ladies where you learn how to beautify yourself using makeup, right? And as a result, she did post that sometime, I think towards the end of this month, that's when she's going to be hosting this particular master class. And the person that made this trend is Umusa Kaula, where on X, he was basically asking, is 3.5 worth it for a masterclass on how to put on makeup? And there was comments online, of course, where people were basically saying, look, this is just a lot of money and all of that. But it got me wondering that, you know how as a society we tend to speak down on, you know, influencers that are known for not so good things, and when they try and do something that's okay, that's fine, nalapho we tend to speak bad and bash. So my outlook on this is, look, if anyone has 3.5 and they are willing to attend this masterclass, guys, it's their money, right? It's their money, as opposed to trying to say, look, it's a lot of money, it won't succeed. I mean, there was one that she tried to do a while back and she had to postpone. So people are saying, look, she'll probably postpone this one. So that's the skepticism that's coming from the socials. But this one is mostly steered or instigated by Humusa Kaula. But what do you guys think on that one? Is it a lot of money, or are we showing hate on our own?
For me, right, I'm a bit stuck in between on this one. To a certain extent, in this economy, paying 3.5 for a makeup masterclass when there's YouTube and there's TikTok might be a bit too steep. But also, makeup is expensive. So it depends. Are you getting a goodie bag that has makeup products? Because I do know that Mihlali is actually a brand ambassador for Fenty. So Fenty is a very expensive product. So if she is going to be giving goodie bags that include Fenty products, then yes, perhaps it could make sense. But also, if that's not the case, then 3.5 is a bit steep for makeup, because it's not like she is exclusive. You can always get these things. She's teaching you what is already out there. Another thing though,
what's the going price though for a masterclass for makeup?
Reasonable should be around 1.5, depending also on the program, who's going to be there. Is it a credited makeup artist? The following, how long have they been in the industry? Is it someone that is really clued up with the products when it comes to SPF levels, the type of makeup? Are they doing this like at a professional level? Yeah. 2, what are you getting? Are you getting a goodie bag, and what's in that goodie bag? But average is 1,500, and that's reasonable, taking into consideration Ramaphosa's economy. But on the other side of the coin, right, if this was to be an international makeup artist, we would not have a problem with this price, which is why I'm a bit stuck on the fence to say sometimes South Africans belittle content creators and they don't take them seriously. I'm a Mihlali fan. I've followed her on YouTube and I know she's a good makeup artist. So I know if it was someone from Nigeria, for instance, because we praise Nigeria for the makeup that they do, I know we'd be okay with the 3.5.
So it depends who's asking for the 3.5.
Definitely.
Because all I see is an honest living here. That she comes out and says, look, I'm going to teach you this. If you're willing to pay for the course, the masterclass, then sure. I mean, this is not for everyone, right? So the ones that are willing, it means it's for them. But it's an honest living, and there's nothing, I would say, in my opinion, that would scream shady or anything apart from the price, which Nakona is debatable. So I think this is just hating on our own. She's doing something, and rather than perpetuating or looking up to even, influencers that are in the limelight for all things negative, this is something good. It's something positive. So now, Iksasa, when you want to host a masterclass and you charge a fee because you believe this is your worth, then whoever's willing to jump on board, they will jump on board.
What I would like to know is how long will the masterclass be? Because normally masterclasses are from like an hour to 3 hours, of which in that 3 hours, it's not really 3 hours of you learning makeup. You find that there's like a program and you only just get an hour, because how long does makeup really take?
So I'm coming across something here. I don't know if I can play it show it on the screen, but she's been at this for quite some time. This video that I'm looking at right now is from 7 years ago, and she's going through an entire thing here, and so this is not like a recent thing that she started like 2 months ago or something. She started this quite a while ago, man. So that's just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, so she does have the knowledge, I'd like to think. But I don't think the knowledge is the question. Lana, it's the price and what are they getting. So imagine, which I don't know, but let's just imagine she's put together a series of videos that, yes, you do attend this 1 hour class where it's high level, but then you're also taking away some material, maybe even makeup kit as well. So yeah, I mean, give me, I'm disappointed, but guys, nothing screams fraud, nothing screams exploitation. If you do have the money and you feel like you want to attend, then sure, go ahead and attend. You know what I mean?
Quick question, Banele. If your wife told you that she wanted 3,500 for a masterclass in this economy, taking into consideration how everything else, like 3.5 guys, is a trolley full of food, of groceries. How would you feel?
Afri is nodding, Manje. As if, Manje, you're asking the right questions. But anyway, to answer you.
Wow.
No, to answer you, obviously it depends. If you can afford it, sure. So if we are in a position where we can afford this and Naishi believes Guti she'll find value, then 100%. And the reason I say that is because personally myself, I remember attending workshops that I paid about 1,000 Rand, of which, you know, when I got there, I was a bit disappointed about the information, but I thought I would find value, right? So it depends. It really depends. If she thinks she can find value and the money is there to justify it, then 100%. I don't think it's a case of money. I think it's a case of value. So if you think you're going to find value, then 100%, by all means, do it.
You know what my takeaway is?
Yep.
There's no exclusive information. I might be wrong.
True.
I'm all for her.
Right.
I've been a Misali fan. But like, whatever she'll be doing in the masterclass, we can get access to on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook. People have reels. It's not like there's any exclusive thing that she's coming with that is not already out there.
It's not esoteric. So I agree with you. But when we're talking about packaged knowledge, that's where the difference comes in, because you might have to scour the internet, scour YouTube and these reels in order for you to find this information. So the time that it takes you to get a hold of all of this data, someone will say, look, I'd rather just pay the 3.5 if someone has already taken the time to compact this into something that I can use. So you're right, nothing is exclusive, but I do think that people's times, or the time that they have, that is something that someone can pay money to say, I'd rather save myself the time and the time so that I don't have to spend, because I make, for example, 1,000 Rand a day, meaning that if I were to spend the whole week searching and Googling this information, this would then put me at a disadvantage.
So they're paying for convenience.
They will pay, essentially. And I think with everything else, people are just paying for convenience, right? So I have the ability to do this on my own, but I make more money in the given time. So let me rather just take this money and pay for that activity. So with that being said, I just think, guys, why are we hating? Why are we speaking down on Umihlali for this? She's doing something and she could have just charged 10,000. It doesn't matter. There is a market. There are people that are willing to pay that amount of money. It's not for everyone. And so that's my thoughts. So in closing, Afri, what's your thoughts? Nomi, what's your thoughts?
For me, yes, it is expensive, because for me, I feel like unfortunately there are some people who actually charge 3.5 for like teaching people how to do makeup, but that one, it's not a 1 day thing. So for me, it's like, why should I pay 3.5 to go sit there for 3 hours when I can use that 3.5 for a whole week?
So
of me
you think
literally,
it's a scam?
I'm not saying it's a scam. What I'm saying is, for me, I would rather use that 3.5 to go learn for an entire week, because they're teaching you basics. So for me, I feel like that 3.5 is not going to teach you like how to match different tones of how to find your perfect foundation, how to tell which one is the perfect makeup for your skin, how do you test it. It's not literally going through every single thing that you need to know about makeup. Like, how do you start when it comes to your eyebrows, the different shapes that you could draw? How do you tell like the different how do you match the different brow shapes according to a person's shape of the face? Like, is it an oval face, is it a circle face? Because those are some things that you need to learn as a makeup artist. So what she's teaching, maybe it's basically maybe like a touch up here and there, how to do your perfect color, like how to get an ombre or eyeshadow thingy going on there, how to do a cat eye. For me, I feel like for some people, especially people who are like maybe well versed in makeup or like have 70% of knowledge, this is something they could attend. But for somebody who's a beginner in makeup, it's not something that they can attend. So it also talks about you as a person, what a level you where exactly in which level are you standing when it comes to the makeup world. If you're not fully fleshed in it, then I would suggest, for me personally, I wouldn't go there, because I feel like I'm not going to miss some of the most key points that I need to know when it comes to makeup. For example, contouring. There's different shapes of contouring according to the shapes of people's faces. That's probably something she's not going to go into. And then maybe hopefully people are also going to get a nice goodie bag. But if you can afford the 3.5 and you know you're like 70% into the whole makeup world, then yes, going to Mahlali's thing, it's something that you could do. But for us as beginners, people who still want to learn more, then we're definitely going to go to makeup school and take in that 1 month or that 1 week and actually learn.
Okay. Nomi?
I definitely agree with Afi Berry. Also, this like 3.5, I would pay for a one-on-one where you are giving me attention, because there is no way you would learn makeup in an hour or 2 hours. There is no way. Makeup is extensive. There's layers to these things. It's understanding your skin tone. There's different types of skin tones. It's understanding the products. There's people. In fact, I love the fact that Mihlali is an acne-prone skin girly like me. So she definitely knows that there's a lot of work that goes on to just choosing makeup, because it has to go with your skin, the products, the ingredients, and all of that. So for me, I don't think 1 hour is enough for you to be able to learn makeup, considering so many things that you have to do when you put on makeup. So with a 3.5, am I getting a full luxury experience? How many people are going to be there? Because if you're going to have 50 people, then I might not be able to have a front seat. I might be at the back, which compromises my experience, because I'm not able to see everything as clearly as it is. And you know how small people faces are. Like, you need to be in the middle for you to be able to learn everything. So if it's intimate, if there's that intimacy to say she is going to be taking you step by step and training you and allowing you to practice on the day, then yes, for the luxury experience, I would pay that. But if not, then we might look at perhaps dropping the price. Also, there's a lot of other makeup artists. It's not like Mihlali is the number one makeup artist in South Africa. Yes, she's worked very hard in building her brand, but I just feel like it's a good thing. I love that she's doing this masterclass. I love that she's going back to makeup, and because she's been training for the wrong reasons lately. But now that she's going back to what she had initially started, I'm proud of her. Perhaps we should have dropped the price a bit.
Yeah, Vooka Nation, that's the ladies of Vooka, and they love the initiative, but the price is a bit too steep, right? But Nomi, thank you so much for your insights. Really appreciate it. And yeah, there you have it, Vooka Nation. That was Nomi with the latest trending topics. Yeah, so we're going to take a short break because Osvaldo is now in studio, and we're going to be unpacking a little bit more about the Demartini method, something that I'm really, really interested in because it has to deal with the psyche of one. Yeah, so we're going to dive into that. So let's take a short break and then dive into the conversation after this.
You just don't. You don't care, 'cause you don't take me seriously. What's there to repair if you don't wanna talk to me? You should know your time is up. I'm out, I'm done. So I'm putting you on a lifetime sentence, and you'll no longer feel my presence. So you thought I would let this slip. Thought you knew me so much better. You're on a lifetime sentence, so now you never feel my presence. So you thought I would let this slip. Thought you knew me so much better. So you thought I would let this slip. Thought you knew me so much better. Yeah, yeah. So you thought I would let this slip. No, that's right. Your words don't mean a thing to me. Sleepless night, your love has left us incomplete. Thinking that your promises will fit so loud. No, that's right. So I'm putting you on a lifetime sentence, and you'll no longer feel my presence. So you thought I would let this slip. Thought you knew me so much better. You're on a lifetime sentence, so now you never feel my presence. So you thought I would let this slip. Thought you knew me so much better. 'Cause I don't.
Welcome back, Vooka Nation. It is the Vooka Breakfast Show, giving you nothing but positive vibes, your energetic start to the day. Remember, the hashtag to use is hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show on all social media platforms. Hit us up on WhatsApp on 060-493-3226. This is where radio meets TV. We stream live on YouTube Monday to Friday, and now on Underground Radio DBN, you can catch the SIMULCAST in audio only. So if you're on the road and you want to listen to the Vooka Breakfast Show, download the app on Google and the App Store. It is Underground Radio DBN. And listen to the Vooka Breakfast Show, guys, giving you nothing but insightful conversations. And right now, we're about to dive into another insightful conversation with Osvaldo Nyaka. And he is a practitioner of the Demartini method. So he's been here before, and we're going to unpack a little bit more about the process of what happens in the human psyche, how to manage stress, and all of these other things. Osvaldo, good morning. Welcome to the Vooka Breakfast Show. Happy to have you here. I think this is the first time interviewing you, correct?
Yes, it is.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, a little bit earlier, we were talking about micro-depression.
Okay.
Because these are some of the things that we experience on a daily basis, and most of us don't even know how to tackle it. It happens where you just wake up, you don't want to do anything. And because of that, we sometimes confuse it with other things. So we can try and apply the Demartini method or whatever it is that we're going to be discussing today on how to cope with micro-depression, because it happens on a daily basis, right?
Yes.
But before that, talk to me. How are you this morning? And hopefully you're enjoying the weather, because it's been cloudy.
Yes,
yeah.
I am. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to be amongst everyone in this room. It's like this is my third home. Where the second home is, I won't say where it is. But yes.
Well, home is where the heart is, yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's such a pleasure, and it's actually good to be here. Yes, I am enjoying the weather. Thank you so much for having me.
I know, it's a pleasure. Thank you for coming in. Oh, by the way, happy International Men's Day.
Yeah, we're celebrating International Men's Day.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. And I was just telling the ladies that it shouldn't only end with lip service. They have to do something just to show the appreciation. Right? That's fine. But anyway,
Yes.
talk to us. So if anyone is watching for the first time and they're hearing the term Demartini method, right? So just give a quick rundown as to what the study is about, and over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. So the Demartini method, in simple terms, we can call it a science of love. So So it's
Awesome.
it's a practical questionnaire that's set out that gets you to scientifically get back to the essence of love.
Yeah.
And how we define love according to the Demartini method is that love is a synchronicity and complementary synthesis of opposites. Meaning, we take you to the state where you don't see a reality from a one-sidedness, you get to experience reality from both sides, both the support and challenge. And once we synchronize support and challenge, in essence, we get you back to love. So you are transcending the labels that you have. So in essence, you just go back to the state of unconditional love. That's what the science of the method is, yes.
Right. And also in the process of one finding their way back to love, there are some techniques or methods involved in achieving that. And one of them is, self-awareness. But I understand that you want to talk to us about a method or part of the science, right, that addresses finding one's way back to love or operating out of a place of love.
Yes, so I think earlier on you spoke about micro stress and what it comes about. There's something which is called the hedonic adaptation graph. So if you have a look at that graph, what that graph does, it actually explains our inner being, or our inner thermostat, and why we get depressed and why we get these elations that we have throughout our lives. So in that graph, what you'll understand is that it speaks about a base level of happiness. So that just means that our internal body, or internal homeostasis system, has a base level of happiness, or we could call it a state of gratitude.
Sure.
And then what then happens is we have different events that occur in our lives at different times. So if you have a close look at the graph, it will have a point where you get a point where you're very high, or at the point of elation. At that, we tend to label that as a positive event or a good thing that happens to us. Then over time, we also have these events that are these negative events, or these depressive events that we call them that. And over time, we fluctuate in between good, bad, happy, sad. But in essence, we actually, over time, go back to that base level of happiness, or that base level of gratitude that's within us. So all these events that happen, we, through our interpretation of the events that are happening, we either add depressiveness or we add elation to those events. So anytime we add elation, we are actually unconscious of the depressive parts that comes with that event. And anytime we add depressiveness, we are actually unconscious of the elation with that specific event. But over time, things tend to even out. All events even out, and we get back to our balance. Now, there's two ways of balancing ourselves out. One is we can let the event play out. Over time, we get to see it. Or we can actually, with the Demartini method, fast track the process. So we've got the wisdom without the age, or you can have the age with that wisdom. So what we're doing with the Demartini method is we are essentially having the wisdom without the aging process within. So we get in to see the event from both sides in both space and time. So the hedonic adaptation is a very great way to look at it. And you could use it for anything. If you look at politics, you look at anything, whenever you get an elation period, over time, the very same elation is the very thing that causes that depressiveness to it, to balance it out.
So if I'm this individual that loves spending time with people,
Yes.
and this is where I experience my happy place. So in the absence of those individuals, this is where I could then coin it as a micro depression, because I'm not in the same company as those individuals. Or are you also saying that with each event, it both carries the duality of whatever it is that, whether it's happiness or sadness, but depending on what I choose to focus on, I can then experience that state?
Yes.
Yeah.
So in essence, you're experiencing that state because you've put a label on that state.
100%.
So all events come with the duality of it. So you can't separate. So it's the same thing as all traits. all traits come with both sides. Support and challenge come with both sides. But the moment you label it as one or the other, you are collapsing it, and because of that label, you're now getting to live that experience of the label that you put on that. So it's the same way with micro depression. The reason why you're labeling it as micro depression is because you are comparing it to something else and separating it from that. But if you go into depression and understand depression, what depression is there to even out those other events. So depression, in a sense, is a good thing for us, because in a depressive state, what happens is that your thinking is slowing down. Whereas when you are elated, your thinking process is much faster. The danger of being in elation is that you can actually overextend yourself, thinking that you can do more than what you can. Whereas in depression, what that does, it slows the mind down and says, well, I can't necessarily do all of these things. So what it's doing, it's slowing time down. So it's helping you with that as well. So both states are just, they're both part of one another. So you need both. But once you have that balancing point, remember that homeostasis that we spoke about, when you've got that depression and elation equally balanced out, then you hit that sweet spot in psychology where you're able to still have the energy, but not overextend yourself. So you're now more of an executive. You're operating from your prefrontal lobe cortex, which is the executive center of the brain. You're now making long-term decisions, saying, okay, I see both sides. Okay, because I see both sides, the optimal use of my energy is towards this. So the moment you're able to have elation and depression synthesized, you've hit that sweet spot. And that's in essence what we do with the Demartini method.
No, awesome. So in terms of balance,
yes,
is it possible for one to self-induce stress, consciously so? Because if we are talking about wanting to find a baseline of existence or how we feel, if I'm experiencing a lot of these high emotions, then for me to go back and slow down my thinking and reflect, can I self-induce what would be called depression? Because I've heard once that it's also a term for deep rest.
Okay.
Yeah. As opposed to something that just happens to you. Yeah.
Yes, you can. You can self-induce it by asking yourself good quality questions.
Sure.
By bringing the balance to that elation is to impose negatives onto that elation. So if you've had a very high moment, a very great day, always say you go in and ask the balancing questions to that and say, okay, well, what went wrong in my day? Well, if I had a very happy day, let's say maybe I closed a $10 million deal, I have to go in and say, okay, well, what are the downsides to this $10 million deal? The downside to that, it means that now I have to be more responsible. I have to handle money in a certain way.
True.
Yeah, and you actually see this in goal setting. I mean, we could use the hedonic adaptation graph to compare. What do we normally do in December? We're
at our peak, yeah.
At our peak, overly elated. Everyone is our friend. We overspend, we overeat. Then what happens in January?
The valleys of valleys.
Yeah, the opposite of that happens. Now you're saying, well, I don't want fake friends around. I'm cutting out all these friends. And you say, well, this year I'm saving more money and I'm going on a diet. So you see that those two then even themselves out. So when it comes to goal setting, I had this session with a client last week Friday where we were talking about financial goals. And one of the goals that she had was that she's at a specific income level, and she wanted to go beyond that income level. But what we had to do was to say, okay, well, let's first look at your current income level. And what we found is the current income level is balanced in terms of the pleasures and the pains, the pleasures and the pains that it brings. So in other words, that means that the pains that she has to go through to receive the pleasure of that income are equally balanced. Now, to go beyond that and to receive more, sometimes we just say, okay, well, I want more money because these are the pleasures that I'm going to get with that money. And the reason why we block that is because we haven't balanced out the pains that come with that as well. Because the next income level means you're now having to go through certain pains that have to do with that income level, does it now mean that you're managing more people? Does it mean now that you're spending more time?
Less
doing
time
business?
with family, to yourself, yeah.
Yeah, so once we then said, okay, what are the pains that come with the pleasure of that income level? And she got to live that, and she's like, oh, okay. Then she discovered what's blocking her from that is that the pleasure that blocks her from that is because currently she gets to spend the time with the family. She's getting everything that she needs in that income level. So the pains and pleasures are balanced out to that income level.
So it's about understanding what one has to give in order to receive whatever it is that they're looking for. So at the surface level, I mean, it comes down to, even spirituality, that there's a price for everything. But with the Demartini method, we sort of diving a bit deeper to understand the psychology behind all of that, right? So the next question I have, and this is something that I personally go through, where from a spiritual level, I've seen that one would read up on these books where it talks about the different seasons, and I've read that winter is one of those seasons where you go within. Summer, you are out there. So similarly to trees, they go within and then they blossom again in the summer season. So psychologically, are there any methods for one to go within, fully understanding what they are doing? And then there's a time for everything, just like the sine graph where it goes up and down, but then eventually trying to find that balance, right? So are there any methods of at least wanting to raise the bar or the average bar so that it leans mostly towards happiness as opposed to, because when you have your down,
Yes.
your down shouldn't be something that's extreme.
Yes.
But then have like a balance where I just need to raise the baseline of my happiness. Yeah. Are there any methods or techniques around that?
Okay, so that's a very great question, and it takes a lot of sort of like breaking down. So remember what we said is that with everything, there's a center point.
Sure.
That you can't add more happiness to that center point, and you can't add more negative experiences to it.
Sure.
Because the moment you do either one, you're essentially getting out of reality, out of balance, and out of reality. But in essence, these events that happen, going while we experience winter, is to balance out the summer. So embracing the winter means, okay, I'm taking winter for what it is, fully taking winter in, fully embracing winter, fully living out winter, so that when the summer comes, I fully live out the summer, and in fully living out the summer, it balances out the winter. So it's embracing both and taking it both in and living it out. But the problem there comes in where if we try to add in more happiness, we're going to get more depressive states to balance that out. It's balanced out and you can't add more or less, but of course it will take more time or us being able to then dissect it, say, okay, what does it mean from this context or from that context? But essentially, everything in your life is balanced out. Right now, we are living out a balanced out life. There's no more happiness or sadness. It just depends on the labels that we put on things. But essentially, there's a center point that we are living out 24/7 that we can't get away from, which is then the state of love. We're always in love.
No. So, sorry, Afri, because we're out of time, right? So, in closure, when it comes to micro depression, what are some of the things that people can think about when approaching it? But obviously, we need to have a further discussion around this. But yeah, micro depression, last thoughts on that?
Well, take it in, embrace it, and see how is it helping you get back to the state of love. So ask yourself the question of what are the benefits of this depression that I'm going through?
Sure.
I mean, 2-3 weeks ago, I went through depression. So it's about being able to ask yourself the question, well, how is this helping me get back to love? Ask that simple question. Yeah.
Afri, your last thoughts?
No, for my last thoughts, I wanted to know, how do people spot if they have macro depression? Because it seems like a tiny thing that anybody could miss. So for anybody that's looking at home or listening, 2 things that they could actually just spot.
Okay, one of the things that you can spot is actually when your mind starts slowing down in thinking, where you're starting to now go inside and you're saying, well, the world doesn't fit into this image that I want compared to what I wanted. And the second thing to then see is, are you then becoming more inward driven and wanting to be less out there? So pick up those signs and then start asking yourself the questions of, what is this helping me to solve?
Yep. No, Osvaldo, thank you so much. We should definitely continue this discussion. To everyone watching and listening, thank you for joining us this morning. We'll see you again bright and early tomorrow morning. We've got a jam-packed day ahead of us. We're heading to Sandton, doing the things, but we'll cover the footage and give it back to you tomorrow morning. From me, Banele, thank you so much. We'll see you again. Afri?
From me, Afri Berry, I hope you guys have a safe day. I hope you guys enjoy. To all the men out there, happy International Men's Day. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Stay blessed.